Hey y'all, hey everybody. What's good? What's good? What's good?
Oh,
What's good? What's good? I see y'all in the comments. I see y'all on YouTube. I see you. I see you.
where the
I see
saints
you
at?
on Facebook. Come on, I see you. How is everybody? How's everybody? We got over hump day. We here. What's up? What's up? Cause period. I hope everybody has their snacks and are ready to chop it up with the Valor key one more again.
One more again.
One more again. I am here. It's your girl. It's your girl. It's your girl. Who am I? Tech support. It's your girl, tech support.
Now who am I?
AKA Baby Chiz. Um,
All right.
I know, right? That's
Yes.
that's enough. That's
All right.
enough. Um, so Valor Key, first of all, came in the door swinging. Okay. They're doing an amazing job, and this is only like the first week. So everybody else better come with it because they have really outdone themselves already. We had an amazing conversation that we did not want to end last night. It was fantastic. The rise of the effeminate male. And it was a very engaging conversation. It was amazing. So I'm excited to see what they are bringing tonight. Tonight we got Uncle Murr in the building.
Yo.
Uncle Murr in the building. Marcus, Mr. Marcus coming a little bit later, but right now we have Uncle Murr, and he is going to tell us what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to start us
We
off. What we got, Uncle Murr? What we got?
we have we have we have okay.
What do
We
we have?
have tonight same person, different face.
My
Oh,
goodness. My
so
goodness.
with
That.
that meaning that we tend to go for the same person every time.
Mm-hmm.
The face may be different, but
Mm-hmm.
the actions are still the same.
Personality did not change.
Ooh,
Ooh.
we,
I
ooh,
think the
we.
look, the look, they look different. That makes us feel like they are different. We
That's
got to be
true.
careful with that. The look is different, so it makes us feel like it's a whole other person, but
Hmm.
it's really the same one.
It is, and it goes hand in hand with having accountability for yourself. Because you
Mm-hmm.
have that accountability, you can tell yourself, "Listen, I know what I'm attracted to. I know what I attract." So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be cautious in what you're attracting because that may be a thing. That may be your thing. That may be your vice. Toxicity may be your coping mechanism.
Oh my.
So that may be what you look for in your partner unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
That may be what you look for in a friend unknowingly. I spoke about it a couple weeks ago. Misery loves company, but you have to be careful that you don't become misery's company.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So it's important that you realize that you recognize what you're seeing straight on. Straight on, you have to make sure that you're not talking or dealing with that same person just with a different face.
All right. All
That's what we
right.
finna that's what we finna
We're
get
gonna dive
into
into the night.
tonight.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. So
Let's talk about it.
and this is y'all already know how we do. This is open discussion. So y'all keep that chat hot, everything. So with being Angel, what would your definition be of same person, different face?
Um, I think that what that means is you are that awesome. I think not just with dating and choosing who your partner is,
Hmm.
but I believe that it also applies to how we grow as people. So it's like I might have grown and I might have lost my baby hair, or I've grown up and I got a little facial hair now, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
still the same person I was as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like I've
Yes.
grown. I have grown. Well, me, I can't say because I have the
Yeah.
same face.
Yeah. The
We,
same
we've
exact
established.
face.
We've
Exactly.
established. But let's take you for example. You are a grown man now. You're much taller than you were. You have mustache now. You got your beard coming in. God bless you. Praise God.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna leave that there.
God bless you. God
Uh
bless you. Amen. But you at 23, I believe that that is, um, if I were to say same person, different face, is you are a mirror with facial hair, the same Amir you were when you were 15. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? And I think that is honestly, when I saw the title, that's what I thought we were talking about.
Okay.
Is, how we don't change our habits. We go, well, I've been doing this since I was such and such, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And
hmm
we say, well, I've always done it this way, and nobody has ever complained. And so now, that's what I'm seeing. That's what
hmm
I hear when I hear same person, different face. Like you've grown up physically, but you have not grown mentally. You have not grown spiritually.
hmm
You ain't done no real growing. You the same person you were back then. You just got different face.
Absolutely. And I think the good thing about this lesson is that there can be many interpretations and none of them are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take from what you want, because what you just explained goes back to the first lesson of extended adolescence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I see you growing. I see you growing physically, but
Mm-hmm.
mentally I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually I don't see it. Emotionally I don't see it. You're the same person, which is dangerous because you have a different face now, but you're still the same person you were years ago. You didn't give yourself a chance to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You're still a baby. And
Mm-hmm.
that's good that you looked at it that way. Seriously, because like I said, there can be many interpretations and none of them will be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really good. And when you look at it like that, like I said, going back to extended adolescence, that that lesson really stuck with me,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember, being told time after time, you got to grow up. You need to grow up. You're not a kid anymore. Like, you're an adult. You're a grown man. Grow up. And I'm like, I didn't see an issue with what I was doing.
Yeah.
So as long as I didn't see the issue, I was fine.
What
And
did I need to change? What do you
that's
need to
it.
change if you don't see an issue?
That's it. And that's where the line ignorance is bliss comes from. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're something is not natural to you, or it's unknown, which is
Mm-hmm.
ignorance, you're fine with it. Everything seems like it's peachy keen.
Right.
But once you realize, like, oh, I understand what you're saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you've been watching me, you've been studying me, and I have not grown at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a child, and the decisions that I make are still childlike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still speaking as a child, though I'm an adult. And it's very important. It's very important. It's our time to grow up. Grow up.
And
Don't be
growing
that
up
same
doesn't
person.
mean getting older.
Absolutely.
Growing
Say
up don't
that.
mean getting older. It doesn't.
It does not. It really doesn't, because in some positions you're forced to grow up sooner than you need to. There have been many situations with parents or grandparents or just life in general, where you don't understand what's going on, but it forced you to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
It forced you to become the person who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it may have been hard while going through, because you weren't sure about that, because you wanted to still be a child. I've known literal children, like 10-year-olds, that had to take care of their siblings, that had to become
Mm-hmm.
a parent to their
Mm-hmm.
siblings. And it's just like they didn't ask for that.
Right.
They were rushed into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Now they know things. Now they know how to do things that typical 10-year-olds wouldn't know how to do or wouldn't
They've been
understand.
exposed to things that they should not have.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And just like we have extended adolescence, we can also have advanced maturity
Mm-hmm.
to where you don't understand this place, but you had to step up. You had to be that person. And
Right.
you see that a lot in our society now where it just put it out there, babies are having babies.
Mm-hmm.
So they're forced to grow up. We have parents at 15 and 16, and that has become the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really it's a scary thing because it's just like Mr. Markey said the other night. We don't have our big mamas anymore. We
Right.
we we don't have that because our big mamas are now the age of our mothers or the age of our siblings or stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's just it's insane, but
The big mamas are getting younger.
they are.
Big mamas are getting younger, and I think it's Carrie Foster or Kari Foster
Hmm.
said in some cases when they get older they may have a moment of regression, and that's true. The big mamas are getting older and they want to relive those moments. You
Hmm.
know, they want to relive those moments. They want to go back to, well, I didn't get to be 21. I didn't get to be a typical teenager. So they go through their rebellious stage at
Yes.
38. And it's like we looking at you like,
What's
um,
happening?
you you being a little irresponsible. Like, okay. Like,
Because you didn't have that chance.
because you didn't have it. And you know what? Some adults know how to take that back and enjoy themselves in their age, like in that age group. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like some people, like I have a aunt who had her children very young, and shout out to my auntie. She when she got married, she had divorced, she had to raise her kids, and she got married a second time.
Hmm.
She went traveling all over the world. We was like, go ahead, auntie. Like,
Go on, sis.
go and do your thing.
Hmm.
It's like, you know what? You are happy with your new life and your new husband, and he's taking care of you. And you, like, we look up one moment she's in London, another minute she in Paris, another minute, like, she's just going all over the place.
All over.
Pop up at home. Like, well, when you get back here? It's like she's really living her life, and we
Yeah.
are like, we're all happy for her. We're happy that you're happy, but you get to live that now, and you deserve that now because you raised your kids.
Absolutely.
You got married young, you had children young, and you had to get them going. They're all successful. They're all doing their own things in life. Some of them
Yeah.
have children of their own. So, they're all good. And now she gets to do her. And that,
Hmm.
like, that's cool. I'm okay with seeing that in somebody that's 40 and 50.
Right.
But if you out here, you clubbing, you closing the club out and can't go to work the next morning because you hung over it. That's a 20-year-old thing to do. I
Yeah.
don't want to see that at almost 40.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna
Yeah, absolutely.
disappointed to see that at almost 40. You know, that's just me
Yeah.
though.
No, no, that is very disappointing because you see it a lot today where it's just like, sis, why are you wearing that? Or bro, why you out here doing that? Like you are of a ripe age that you
Mm-hmm.
should know better.
All right, babe.
All right. Stop. But you should know better.
You are the right age.
Angel.
I'm sorry.
You just have to. I expect you to know better.
Oh,
Um.
just with kids. Yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
There you go, Sean. Right. And you deserve that. You didn't get to make the 21-year-old mistakes. You're not gonna get a chance to make the 25-year-old mistakes.
That's
You
true.
have to be a little more careful. Now, will you make them? Of course you will. You still 25 and you still 21, you still 25, you still that person, you're just a mother. You'll still make those mistakes, but
Hmm.
and they'll be age appropriate. But we all grow from them. It's not I don't believe that we should make young parents feel like they're not allowed to make age appropriate mistakes.
That's good.
It's just don't make them later. Don't make them when you're 38. Don't
Hmm.
make a 21-year-old mistake when you're 45. Like you're not a rookie, okay?
Right.
You've been doing this.
You're true to this.
You've been doing this, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's of major importance. And I think we don't let people feel that comfortability anymore. It's like you it's okay for you to make mistakes. You're supposed to make mistakes.
Mhm.
Like everything is not supposed to be perfect. Every line is not supposed to be dotted. Like it is okay for you to make the mistakes. But like you said, Angel, make sure those now I'm not gonna say make purposeful mistakes, but make your mistakes age appropriate
Yeah.
because it come on.
Be responsible.
Please make age appropriate mistakes because
Please.
that's something crazy.
And
If
not just
you
in life, and not just
hmm
in life, but in your mate, in the person that you choose to spend your time with.
hmm
Make those make the right kind of mistakes, and make age appropriate mistakes in the
yes.
circle of friends that you keep around you.
hmm
You know, get you some people that'll have your back.
yes.
I'm not saying take advantage of your friends because they know your shortcomings. A lot of people do that. A lot of people will be like, you know how I am, and you know how I get. Why can't you just love me for who I am? And it's like
Oh
that's
yes.
that's not who you are. That's
Yes.
you not wanting to be held accountable. Now I can't complain about something you keep doing that I don't like. I can't complain about that. I gotta just love you for that. No,
Yes.
you need to stop doing that, especially if you're gonna rely on me as a
Absolutely.
person to look out for you.
Absolutely.
You know, but
And
make
that
sure you choose people. Make sure you be careful who
you
you got
choose the
around.
right people.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And that goes into the other, the other way we can look at this about same person, different face. Make sure that you choose, like Andrew just said, you're choosing the right people to be in your circle. Because like I said earlier, if you're used to toxic behavior and you don't know it because you have become comfortable, because listen, you don't know your house stink until you leave out and walk back in.
Oh my God.
That's real talk. You can be frying fish all day and get immune to the smell. It's not until you leave out. It's not until you're on the outside looking in to where you can understand, whoa, something in the
Good.
water, something in the milk ain't clean.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that. So be cautious when you're choosing your friends. Be cautious when you're choosing your partners because it becomes a dangerous and vicious cycle when you're trying to break that cycle. When you finally get enough of it and then
Mm-hmm.
you realize this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, this atmosphere is not conducive for me. Like this is extreme
It's not
because
working anymore.
it's
It's
not
not
because
working
you have
anymore.
it's not going to work because when just say something happened with childhood trauma and you're used to toxic behavior
Mm-hmm.
growing up, when you meet a partner or when you meet a friend and they have that same toxic characteristic, you're going to be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you're going to be okay with that is because that's how I grew up. So this is what I'm used to. And when we get older, that's that same person, different face. That's that mentality we have because it's like, oh, I don't know why. We see it in all kinds of movies. I don't know why I keep attracting this dude. I don't know why I keep attracting this girl. They
Yep.
ain't no good for me. They ain't no, and it's like you hear what you're saying. The key word is why am I?
Mm-hmm.
You're attracting that because that's what you're used to and that's what you find comfortable. You
You
find
know how to
comfortability.
navigate those waters.
Say that
You know
again.
how to navigate those waters. You
Absolutely.
know how to navigate those waters. You know the ins and outs of that maze. So
Yes.
you choose the one that's easy. It's easy. I'm gonna get with this person. We gonna oh yeah, you the right amount of spicy for me. I like that. We
Yes.
gonna fight. We gonna get into a fight in about 6 months, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that fight, we not gonna really recover from it, but we gonna stay together another 8 months, and then we gonna break up, and we gonna get. It's gonna be back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. We're gonna break up for good because you're gonna move on to somebody else, and it's like it's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing
The
over and over.
same.
You already know how it's gonna look. You already know.
It's repetitive and it has sadly become your MO because now the people around you and the people closest to you is like, there she go again. There you go
Mm-hmm.
again. That's the same. Oh, this is a different girl, but that's the same person. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
she has the same traits. Oh, watch when she walk up. Watch instead of saying hello, she gonna say hey.
Yeah.
Watch instead of giving us a hug, she gonna roll her eyes. Watch instead of greeting the family correctly like he's supposed to. Watch he gonna say what's up, y'all. Because that's just how it is. That's good, Nia. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not being stretched.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not uncomfortable, take a leap of faith. Take that risk to be a better you. Because these people, if you keep attracting the same people, I saw something at Angel. Now we we laughed at it the other day because a celebrity had finally. I'm not gonna say finally. I'm gonna say they had admitted to themselves being the issue in all of the problems. Like they were the problem in everything. And they were just like, I finally realized that it was me. And somebody responded was like, good job. I'm finally glad you realized that it was you, sis. It wasn't everybody else.
Good job.
Good
Good
job,
job,
sis.
baby.
And,
We
and, and
proud of you.
sometimes you need that. Sometimes you have to realize that it was you. It's you. You might be the problem because if everything is, I give you a perfect example. I had a set of friends um who got together and they were in the church. They were doing well, and we were so happy for them. We were like, you know what, y'all gonna prosper. We know y'all got it. But it
Mhm.
wasn't until the female had her way, and the male, was just like he turned back into everything that he said he wasn't ever going to do. And
Mhm.
it wasn't until later on we realized, we said, she turned him into who she likes to date. That wasn't who he was. That was who he used to be. That wasn't who he was at the present moment. But because that's what she was comfortable with, she found a way. She found a way to get it back out of him. And now that's his current posture.
I
And it,
can't. I don't want nobody that I can. I could play Sims if I want to control somebody.
man,
I
listen,
can play Sims.
if I
I
want
want
to,
you to be who you are, and if I'm not
sis,
happy with who you are, I'm gonna leave. That's it.
sis, I can go to build a bear. I'm gonna build me a bear. We're not gonna do this. And it's just
Build me a
like,
bear. You,
and it just,
you got
it
build
just,
you a bear
Angel, leave me
and make
alone.
it talk. And make it talk.
And it can say whatever I want to say.
It's gonna
I'm in
say.
complete control. You hear me? Complete. You ain't finna do that to me. So you gonna say what I want you to say, and you gonna say what I want you to say when I want you to say, because I'm gonna press your paw. Now quit playing with me. So but that's a real talk, and it hurt as we watched it, go on. It just was
Mhm.
like, that's who she likes, and that's not who you were. But
Mhm.
you weren't. Excuse me. You weren't strong enough in yourself to say that's not who I am. So what you wanted to do was to make her happy. So by making her happy, you made yourself
You
miserable,
lost yourself.
and now you're both miserable. And now that goes back to misery loves company, and now you just became misery's company. And now you don't know how to get free from it because now there's a soul tie because you two are married.
Oh my goodness.
So it
Oh my
that
goodness.
ain't that a good Tyler Perry
Oh
movie?
Lord.
But
And
it's
not even if I leave you,
not even if
you
I
still
leave
a
you
part of me. Because our souls
because
are tied. That's crazy.
our souls are tied
Now be careful of them soul ties. Be
and
careful.
be Angel, that is so good. Be careful of them soul ties. Mr. Markey just spoke about that last night. Those things are dangerous, and you never know what's being pulled from you. You never know what you're pulling from that other person. And this doesn't have to be a relationship. This can be a friendship as well. Because if you enter into a toxic relationship, they're draining all the positive energy that you have with their negativity.
So okay, so that's good, Mirror. That's good. Because even in you and I, even in our friendship,
Mm-hmm.
there are moments where you start saying things that you heard me say. And I
Oh,
start saying, I'm not from Philly, but I be talking about, I be talking about,
it's so embarrassing. My God. To
be
hear
talking
Angel
about
say John is so annoying.
I can't say it right, but it just comes right out sometimes. Be like,
Mhm.
no, because what about the other joint? And he has to stop me for 15 minutes to tell me I'm not saying it right.
Oh
Well, hey,
gosh.
okay, sorry. Sorry, I don't have the
I
dialect
know, I
correctly.
know.
I'm sorry. But
It's the worst.
the thing is, when you're around a person, you spend enough time or invest enough time in a person. One of my best friends, she's I don't know if she's still in here,
Mhm.
Marchanel. We have so many catchphrases from each other that we say all the time, like constantly to each other. When you spend enough time around a person, you absorb parts of them into yourself. It doesn't have to be anything sexual. It doesn't have it's
Absolutely.
just you are sharing your energy with each other and you're connecting on a spiritual level. That's how they forge. Your spirits align with each other, and you can get interlocked with someone and not even realize that you've done it. I'll give you another example.
Mhm.
I used to date this guy who wore sunglasses everywhere. He used to wear sunglasses in and out. It didn't matter where he was, he never took them off. And after a while he bought me um just being nice, he bought me a nice pair of sunglasses. He wanted me to look like him, I guess. So I would wear them, and after a while, I found myself always wearing them whether I was in church, whether I was at school, in class, whether I was outside in the street, didn't matter where I was, I always had them on.
Look at
And it
wow.
wasn't until, and I didn't even realize that I didn't take them off. After a while, I would only take them off at home. And after I, like, when I put them on in the morning, I never took them off. I didn't even realize they were on my face. And it wasn't until I went to church and my uncle after service was like, why are you wearing sunglasses? Uncle Drew was like, why do you have these on in my church? It's no fun in here. And I was like, you know what, Uncle Drew, I didn't even know I had them. Like, I was so embarrassed. I like slid them down here. I was like, oh my God.
Exactly.
I took them off, and I'm like, I didn't even know that I was even doing that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize it. It was because he was who I spent all my time around. I spent every moment just about with him until he dropped me
Hmm.
off at my dorm and then came and picked me up the next day to go wherever he was going. And I stopped wearing them because one night he came to pick me up to go to dinner or something, and he went, "Your eyes are really pretty. I don't know why I never seen them before."
Oh.
I didn't have my sunglasses on. Like he told me that my eyes were pretty. So I was like, well, I ain't wearing shades no more. Like I want you to see them now.
Walk around looking a fool.
Right? Like, well, you finna see them since you like them so much. Here you
You
go.
finna see these eyes.
So, but just like that, like within a couple of weeks of being with the person, I think we were together for the summer before that even happened, and just being with somebody for a few weeks, kind of I absorbed something of his without it even being physical. It was just being around him constantly and taking on that behavior. So you have to be very careful of that
Yes.
because you can take on that behavior. Is one of the reasons why I was so adamant about the swear jar, because I'm gonna put you out there. Amir swear a lot, but he used to. He don't do it no more. He
Thank you.
don't do it no
Thank
more.
you.
He don't
Thank
do it no
you.
he doesn't do it, not like he used to. We've been holding Murr accountable.
Yeah.
But it's like after talking to him for a little bit, you start letting them slip too. Like, well, oh shoot, it
Uh-huh.
be okay. You know what I'm saying? It feels okay when you're with someone who provides that environment for you.
That's it right there.
It becomes okay. It feels like it ain't nothing wrong. You know you're not supposed to be doing it, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
in an environment where that is okay, where that kind of spore can grow. And I don't want that.
Mm-mm.
I don't want that. I don't want to start talking like that. So I'm like, hey, I start throwing in stuff like, hey, stop swearing. Hey,
Uh-huh.
no swearing. Don't curse. Don't curse.
Turn
And then
into
I,
Bailey.
you know what? Starting January, we not cussing no more.
Yup.
Like it's getting ridiculous. And I understood after a while, you know, when your tensions flare and a good old F bomb can blow a lot of that up. I
Ooh,
understand.
thank
I
you.
get it. However, we talked about this. We have to do better with communicating what's going on so
Yeah.
we don't reach that point in the first place. So we have to make sure that again we don't provide ourselves with an excuse to mess up.
Yeah.
So don't sit there and let I'm not gonna let me. I used to cuss when I was in high school. I cussed a lot. I had to cut that out, but
Mm-hmm.
that was a defense mechanism because I was bullied in school. And the next year, I was bullied in middle school. And the following year, like my last year in middle school, I started cussing because they was looking at the church girl and they kept messing with the church girl. So I
Mm-hmm.
cussed my bullies out at the bus stop the first day of school. I cussed them out at the bus stop.
I
I
know
went
that
off
ain't your
on them
best
and they was
cuss.
like, oh, okay. And that, I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
shook him, but he didn't mess with me no more. So I was like, well, I'm finna just cuss everybody out. And that's what I did.
That's it.
All through eighth and ninth grade.
You
I
get a
was
cuss. You get a
like,
cuss. You get a cuss. Everybody
you get
gets
an
a
F-bomb. You
cuss.
get an It was, I was going about, can't even cuss right. I don't even
Right.
talk like, can't
Right.
even just saying
Sounds so
everything.
crazy. Just
Just
saying
saying
whatever.
whatever they bleep out on Fox News. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just, I'm just saying, don't give yourself a reason or give yourself an environment. Don't put it in an environment, put yourself in an environment that will allow you to make those things okay. I can't let Amir make cussing okay for me again. I had to get free from that. So you know what,
Absolutely.
Amir? Let's get free from that together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get free from that. Because it's real easy for you to let it slip. Let's get free. Let's
Ooh.
both get free. Let's move over. And if you ain't ready to move on over,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well you stay
And
on over. I'm going
and
this way.
that's the thing though. We have to be strong and courageous enough and okay enough and brave enough to say those things, to say, hey, let's do this together because this is becoming, way too much for me. Now I'm trying to get free from this, but by you being here, you're making it harder for me to get free. You're
Mhm.
being more of a hindrance than a stepping stone, and I can't have that. So let's do this together. But if you don't want to do this, then you will have to stay over there. I'm still going to love you. We can still be cool, but I know we're going to have to be cool from a distance because where I'm trying to go, you're holding me back. And that's unfair to me.
If you want our friendship to remain on the plane that it is, you want me to call you every day at 3:00 like I've been doing for the last 3 years, you got to stop cussing.
Exactly.
If you can't stop it, then
That's
okay.
real talk.
Well, I'll call you at 5 when you on your way to sleep. Can't cuss when you're tired.
Right. You can't cuss when you sheepy.
You can't cuss when you sheepy. Ain't too much money coming out when you sheepy.
Exactly. So, and that's important because there have been so many friendships that have grown and have developed into toxic friendships to where now they hate each other because you hindered me from getting to where I needed to go. But I can't blame you because you can only do to me what I allow you to do. So I allowed you to hold me back. I allowed you to continue swearing around me.
Sha says she need an accountability partner.
We got you, Sha. But but that's real talk. And I can honestly say, Angel is my accountability partner. Gabby is my accountability. Gabby in a second will be like, "Nah, Mir." I'm like, yo, like it'll be times where I know I can trust these two, and they're not the only two that hold me accountable. But I'm just speaking for them for right now. I know I can trust these two to hold me accountable. So I will text them if I'm like, yo, I'm putting my dollar in the spread jar, but this is what I say. I hit my hand and I said a bad word.
Can I say a bad word? No.
And Gabby will not let me say a bad word.
No.
But I trust these two to hold me accountable. Because one day I was trying to put on my hoodie and the sleeve was rolled up and I got upset and I'm, yanking my arm. And when I finally let that last yank out, my sleeve let up, my hand went out and my knuckle hit that door. You ain't never seen my bottom lip curl up under my teeth so fast because that it went out there. And I was like, I'll text them too. I was like, y'all finna get a fat dollar in this swear jar because I just hurt myself.
Angel!
Hey, there he is.
Amir. Angel, you're back in Florida. Say hi, Willie.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
How do you know that I wanted Facebook and YouTube to know where I was at?
Oh, I forgot.
How you know?
I'm
Angel,
sorry.
you're in Nebraska.
I love you.
This is what happened when you just got a Bible study and you rushing home. I apologize.
But it's okay. We're glad to have you. We have gotten into a really engaging banter here.
Okay, what are we talking about?
I wanted to read something that one of my Facebook friends had posted. She says, how much weight does the opinion of those closest to you hold? And in this case, she was saying when it comes to your significant other.
Okay.
But to bring it into what we are talking about, Amir was just saying, get people around you who you trust to hold you accountable. And it's like, you know what? How much weight do those people's opinions hold for you? I know, and Amir brought it up last night. When I told Amir we were talking about a situation with if you weren't there last night, we were talking about a situation that Amir was in with the girl. He had this on again, off again relationship with this young lady. And I was honestly, I told him I was disappointed.
Right.
And it's like he could have took that and been like, well, that's you,
Right.
But he went at first, he was like, oh, come on. Like, oh man, don't say that.
Yeah,
and
my
I'm like,
come-ons got softer and softer as time went on.
Come on, those. I'm like, no, I am. And the thing is that disappointment was enough for him to pull back and stop what he was doing. He had to really look at it. And I mean, of course, it took a good maybe 30-minute conversation to get them to see why it was wrong. I'm like, you got a lot going on. You need people around you that are going to care for you, that are going to um, have your best interests at heart and not their own,
Right.
not just their own. And
Right.
this young lady, she just wanted someone to be with.
Mm-hmm.
He don't need nobody like that right now. You know what I'm saying? He needs somebody that's gonna look out for him and
Right.
help him when he gets a hot head sometimes, because that happens. He
Right.
needs somebody to help him out when he gets frustrated, and he needs somebody to walk him through the problem.
Right.
You can do that, but you can't do that if you just want a boyfriend. Hello, huh?
Well, you're right. Well, I think okay. So the great thing about this is literally what you wrote about in the or whoever wrote about when they put the thing out about talking tonight. It's our choices. You have to understand that a lot of people won't what they want. And then the bad thing about it is that you have to. My thing is this. Okay, so when it comes to, let's say, ambition wise, or maybe professional, or even in your everyday life, I've always stated you want to have one person above you and one person with you and one person below you. And if you do that, what I mean is you're always having that one person above you that you're striving to be. It could be a family member, could be a sometime a rival, but not like a healthy rival. Like Amir. Man, Amir, he got married. 2 years, he's doing his thing. I got to start thinking like that. Then you've got somebody that's right on your level. So I'm gonna use William. So like if William was right on my level, we right there. We both, single. We working at it. We working at the plant. We trying to figure our things out. And then there's always somebody younger than you, like in this case we use Sean, who I'm trying to bring up. So I gotta, and that keeps me accountable. That's just on a basic level. But I really do believe even men sometimes really need this to have a counsel. I mean, I do believe the Bible is right, and the Bible says that in the counsel of many, a decision is made. And so sometimes, we all know, we all three have one person that we know their opinion weighs very high. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se. You do have to understand sometimes, if it's a 90-year-old person, it's a comedian that made the
my
joke.
brothers are mine.
Right. And so it was the comedian was like, yeah, when this guy was 90-year-old, what did you expect him to say? He's 90. So, don't get me wrong. You have to have somebody in there that you trust that is kind of like, give me the eyeball test, or give me, especially when it comes to significant other, because like I was saying to Sean last night, and it's happened to me, even in the relatively few relationships that we get so sucked in, or whatever, you got to sit there and say, well, what does this look like? Why do I think like that? Why did I come from that? Did I have a father in the home? Did I have a mother in the home? Did I have a close knit with my brothers? Did I have a close friends network? Friends are almost a new family now. There are a lot of people who, because in some good ways and bad, they can't pick their family. When it's a great family and you have, minimal dysfunction, because we all got dysfunction, that's great. But then when you have maximum dysfunction, or just some, you're the only one trying to live right, or you're the only one that's trying to do these things and things of that nature, then your friends do become your family. And sometimes that can be a good choice or a bad choice. So to answer your full question, I'm going to say, with me and with my situation and the things that I go on, I don't trust myself in the choices. And I'll say that because, okay, so I'm going to say this. All right. So like me and Amir said this the other night, we don't know any weak women. We just don't. The women that I associate with, and I mean in my family, so the women that I listen to, none of them are weak. Angel isn't weak. My cousin Kiki isn't weak. My cousin Nikki isn't weak. All of my aunts, they're not weak. My mom is not a weak individual. We don't know no weak women.
By any stretch of the imagination.
By any stretch of the imagination. They're opinionated. Now, the one thing I do love is they're holy. I will say that. But they can be opinionated. They've got some status and some clout. And, Amir's about as close as family as it is, if not fam. So he understands some of the things I'm talking about, but some of those who don't, not to go into it, but we don't know weak women. So to meet a woman, that I remember at first, I've always used to say this, I wanted a spicy woman. I wanted somebody that was a little bit spicy. To be honest, I can't handle that. I've learned that I cannot handle that my last situation that I was in, my last relationship, my marriage, rather, whatever we call it, that person was spicy and I couldn't handle it. I really couldn't handle it. So that's where I come with the terminology of same person, different face. A lot of the times we leave the exact same situation that we were in, that we had a problem with, because we're not developing and changing our mindset of what we're looking at. I want that, I want that, and I'm gonna use this because it's such a bad picture is, that Cardi B, that Instagram, here we go, that I don't want to use a specific person. So that Instagram chick will say that, oh, they got to have, the big booty, the skinny stomach and all this type of stuff. What are the questions you're asking when you get to that point? What are the conversations that you're having? Like, like everybody joke that I'm single now and everything. And so, but I have an age group. Like I'm 45. I'm not looking for anybody lower than 40. I'm not looking for anybody older than maybe 50 or 51. That's me. And then now that could be wrong. That could be me being judgmental. But I'm getting off topic. But to answer your question,
good. Go ahead.
But to answer your question, so I have 3 people. I have 3 people who you have to get past. You just have to. I'm sorry. You have to get past. Y'all all know one of them. The second one will probably be my pastor. And then the third one will probably be my first lady, because we've got a different dynamic in some of the things that we've dealt with in life. Now, I could be wrong for that. But there's just, I trust, like, my aunt, one of my aunts, I'm going to just say it that way, is one of them. I trust her judgment. I just do. I mean, I feel comfortable about it. And because, you look at my Instagram name. I'm Aunt Jackie's boyfriend. I mean, I'm saying I mean, if I could date my aunt, I would, because she cooks, all these different things that she do. I mean, I know I'm being probably silly about it, but those are different things. And so I do think that when you do need to have some judging sticks. You should have somebody that, a mirror, or, like Angel, like, if this young lady come, whoever decides, if whatever my next situation is.
I need to vet all young ladies. I need to vet them.
But I think that's the great thing about having family and friends, is when you bring them home and they kind of, they put them through the ringer.
I have not to cut you off, but I had a situation with one of our little cousins. Came to me and was like, Angel, I'm talking to this girl and I just want you to meet her. And I was like, you want me to meet this, you want me to meet your girlfriend? Say, yeah, can you just I'm going to see her, and we're gonna have dinner at her house. You can't really go out like that. So I want you to. I was like, you want to bring another woman on a date with your girlfriend for the first time, like your first time meeting her? I was like, that's not okay.
Yeah,
like, no. He said, no, I understand that, but I want you. He was like, you're the closest person outside of your mom that I think can look at her and talk to her and be able to tell if she'll fit in with the rest of us. And I'm like, and I respect that. I was surprised at the request,
right.
But I was like, I understand what you mean, because Marky, we say it all the time.
Right.
Like family time, holidays, and things like that, gatherings at our house, they're non-negotiable.
There's obligations. They're obligations. You mind the way, if you come into this, I'm telling, we all know, because we don't all 3 of us didn't been at that person's house, and it's like, it is an obligation, and I mean, not a bad obligation, but it's just an obligation. And the thing about it is, it's not even like that person presses us. We just know if we don't show up, it's a problem, So I mean, but
and you're not gonna hear the end of it. It's like, hey Willie,
what's up?
But you're not gonna hear the end of it. It's right. Like, you at least, if you don't come and eat, you at least gotta come and let us see your face.
Yep. Now see, You got to see your face. Now, Miss Strickland, I see Miss Strickland just said, if you can't get past my people, then I'm sorry for you. Now, I mean, the thing is this. I agree to a point, because at the end of the day, now when you're married, it's a little bit different. When you done already made that vow, they just got to deal with it. To be honest with you, so if you went that far and you've made that vow, something I believe is that when you get married, it's your obligation to wait for that person. That's why, okay, when I talk about marriage is for saved people only, because I don't understand why y'all are standing before somebody with that book if y'all both don't believe in that book. Because that way, if I'm wrong, then you should be able to go to the book. Nah, sir, you wrong. And if you wrong, I should be able to go to that book and be like, nah, you wrong. So I say that because it has to be some standards. You know, it has to be something that we both, how can two walk together unless they agree? And so what people sometimes tend to forget is they get in the soul ties too early, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they jump way too
early. Touched on that a little bit.
Okay. And so they jump way too early into that, or our mind is crazy, because there's times when you could be like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest person in the world. And everybody like, do you see what I see? That's crazy. So, like that boy is just true. She got him whooped, or or vice versa. Yeah. That girl, she just, what they say, the nose is open and jump. So,
but Mark, even to that, even to on the other, like going in the other direction of it, if you can't get past my people, I'm sorry for you. In another direction, you still have a choice. Like you are one case where, you know what, if we all disagree, we still go support what you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. If we can all say, I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. And everybody you walk past, I don't think so. I don't think so. And I still, if all of you, Marky, meet homeboy and say, nah, I know you like him. I can tell by the way you talk about him. But I done stood in the room with him. I'm not feeling that. Amir, and then Amir go, yeah, I was in there. I don't like him. I'm not feeling that. And Amir's very vocal about the male in my life. He's very vocal about the young men that come around. He don't like none of them. But
I see you, Miss Newman. I ain't cutting you off, Angel. I see you, Miss Newman. We're gonna talk about that too.
But at the same, I still have the choice. And if I then come back, if I then come back to y'all and be like, dang, he played me, you go, well,
I think. Well, see, I mean, or you could be like the person with me. Like I told you, I was the only one.
Listen, I was the only one. Like Monique said it.
Right. I was the only one that believed. Mother Johnson in the background. I told him, baby, he didn't want to listen to me. I told him that girl was no good. I told him. And then he'd be like, you come in like, I'm sorry, Mother Johnson. I'm sorry.
Right.
But I mean, it's good. But see, okay, and I'm gonna hit Miss. Let me see. Nia Simone says, if my granny don't like him, then he won't stand a chance with me, child. That lady is the closest to the Lord. He personally told her he ain't the one. And then I like Miss Newman. And that can go to the left too. And Miss Newman says, if my kids don't like you, you got to go. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Miss Newman. If your kids are of any age, they can be playing you too. You have to understand that kids are smart like that, where it's just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you have to know your child. Like Willie B. Willie has always been a heart guy. Like I've loved William, even his friends, his close friends now. William's been okay. He's been pretty good with picking at least his guy friends in the sense of that he goes by his heart. And it's pretty good. When we were little, when he was little, we went to go buy this house. And as soon as we walked to the house, William just busts out crying. And he was just crying. We was like, what? He was crying. Well, come to find out, when we had our real estate guy research the house, we found that a murder had happened in that house. And we were just like, whoa. So I understand there's some people that have that type of, for lack of a better word, of empathy. They have like a little node or something like that. So I do think that it should be like, you should still make, I like all three of us, what we've all said, and even the people in the comments, because Angel's right. There are some people where of course, you're going to hold your mom, especially if you were raised by your mom or your grandmother, grandfather, whoever, you're going to hold that opinion high. You really are. Okay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Your pastor, you know, whoever that is, it could be Deacon, it could be Mother Johnson, you know, Elder Williams across the street. Somebody who's seen you grow up, spend some time with you, you're going to hold their opinion high. I got that.
Yes.
And then you're going to have the differing values of it. But I do agree with what Angel and what Amir is saying. At the end of the day, it is still your choice. At the end of the day, you have to live because you're going to have to go home. Like I remember Uncle Glenn used to say that. Uncle Glenn would say, you know, I understand, but at the end of the day, you got to go home with her. So, you know, or you going to have to go home with him. So, yeah, he did say that, William. Yeah, well, he told you that. So he was just like, at the end, he's like, make sure you choose right because you're going to have to go home with her. So,
absolutely.
Those different things. That's why I hope in the beginning phase, you know, you have those serious conversations. Like you got to have these, you know, you got to have these serious questions. You got to have these things because in some cases you got to understand that the person that you might be choosing, they might have some messed up them different values, you know, and different things. So like I you know, I worry about, you know, and I like I said, I talk about me and Willie and y'all are hearing a lot of that because that's what's real to me right now is, you know, I have a 16-year-old that, you know, I want to make sure that we're both making the best decisions that we can make. You know, he, you know, I make the joke, and I'm not gonna do that, but I make a joke that he's, you know, he pounce on him, but you know, he's at that age where, like we were talking about the other night, where, you know, as a guy, literally one day you're like, Angel, you my home girl, I appreciate you, you the girl, and Amir, we playing a video game, and then literally 2 minutes later, Miss Strickland walked by, and I done lost my train of thought. I don't know nothing. Now I got these raging hormones, and I'm gonna do anything, you know. I'm gonna ride the bike, the Huffy, and make the 3-minute, the 360 skis to get Miss Strickland to say, "Hey, Riz, oh, how you doing?"
Right, I'm gonna get in the shower.
You know, like the only, you know, I will say this, and I've always wondered how was it for girls? Like, is it like that for girls? Is it like 1 minute y'all just like, you know, I'm being probably stereotypical.
Get your question out.
My Little Pony.
I want to know what you're saying.
Is it like My Little Pony? You know, y'all are like My Little Pony and Barbie dolls, and then, dang, girl, he look good. You know, I don't know how it is for girls because for guys, it's literally like that. One day you're playing basketball, you're roughhouse with fellas. You know, you might got one cool girl that you just like, you don't even look at her like that. You just like, man, that's my girl. You know, that's Angel. What's up? We about to go. And then the next day, Angel come down the steps, and you just like, Angel look good. You know what I'm saying? You just your brain just changes, and it's
Don't
like
do that.
it's
Okay.
like what you say?
Thank you.
I'm just saying, Angel. I mean, it's just for guys. And Amir, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't really remember the day it happened, but I remember really succinctly. Like, I was hanging with the fellas, we playing ball all summer, whatever. And then the next year, I'm just, you know, I'm looking at everything walking past. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
That's
It wasn't like that for
absolutely
me.
true.
what'd you say, Angel?
It wasn't like that for me.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for some of the ladies. Like, is it similar to that, or do you just get boy crazy, or do you you know? Because it's like,
I'm gonna be honest.
go ahead.
Honest. It's the switch happened for me when it happened actually freshman year in high school.
Okay.
Like all through, I was not liking boys like that. Like I was not looking at boys like in any type of crazy. Because you know, I was always at church, and we knew who we have our church friends, and we hang out with them, and we start. It really didn't start up for me like that until about freshman year, and this is embarrassing. One of the boys, I was a theater kid. I was always on like tech crew, and I was on tech crew. I was backstage.
Okay.
Backstage. I wasn't in the classes, but I was backstage, and one of the juniors backstage like smacked me on my butt. That happened one time, and he knocked something out of there. Like,
Angel.
That's what I'm
Angel.
I mean, he smacked me hard. I can't remember the boy's name.
I remember It's funny.
I don't remember his name, but he smacked me hard, and that was it. That I was like, ooh, I want a boyfriend.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, don't try it. Hey,
Which one of y'all gonna be back here?
Amir, let's tell them fellas. Don't y'all be trying to tie my cousin up. I will
Let me
knock
tell you
somebody out. Don't y'all be trying to knock something.
Now,
I
he
will
might
bust
have knocked
somebody
something
up.
loose, but I will knock you out. Don't do that. Don't do
But
that.
but I'm saying it's funny that you say that, but it is true because I think that's how it be. It be. Oh my Lord, there's triggers, and so just like that's why I think that in this society nowadays, when they do these threesomes and all this other stuff and share and all this junk, it triggers stuff that you don't know that you trigger.
You don't know you feel it. You don't know you feel that.
Right.
Up until then, the only action back there, I was getting whoopings from my mama. That shouldn't have made me feel nothing.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was at church one time and Mother Sterling, 60, 70 years old. I kid you not. It was funny. She was like, Mark, give me my prayer cloth. I was getting her a prayer cloth and putting it over her legs. And she turned and saw 3 of these little young girls walk in. And she was like this. She said, that middle girl, yeah, she going ahead. She doing it. I can tell by the way she walked. And I said, I'm like Mother Sterling. You cannot tell me about it. She's like, Mark, I'm telling you, watch. And so I started watching her and them friends, and you could tell, like the way her hips started moving, the way that she was walking, the way that she was just, she was doing stuff. And Mother was like, I'm telling you. I was like, Mother, you just old. She's like, I'm telling you. And so that's what I was, like I'm nervous about Zoe because I know this brother already pouncing on him and junk. He'd be like, hey Dad, what you think? He'd be just coming in the room like this. What you think about this? I'm like, look, I ain't got time to be looking at this.
Talking about this show.
Right. Get out of here. But I like this conversation because I really think, and I see all of y'all over there, some of the ladies talking about, yeah, it woke me up. Woo, them triggers will trip you up. But I think it's just like, and I don't mean to go there, but it's just like when you, guys or girls, it's just like when you get that, like when that one person kiss you and you be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, they kind of touch something right there. And you already know you trouble. I shouldn't even be in this situation with you right now. But it's so
what must be wrong with me then?
No, it might not have happened. It might not have happened yet though, Angel. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, this is the only, I'm gonna keep it clean, but I'm telling you, like that one time when you maybe I shouldn't be saying it, but when you get it good, and those who get, okay. I'm just saying it's a different. Thank you, Georgia. It's different for everybody. I know some women that say it's.
No, I think I'm saying it must be something wrong with me because you don't even have to get that far. You have to touch me in the right place.
See, you're a touch person. So you're the type of person, but you've always said it too. I mean, Angel, you touchy feely.
Listen, you just all you gotta do.
Just put your hand in the right spot. Like nothing.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. You don't even have to be trying to do it. Like you ain't gotta like try to slide your hand down. You don't have to even go that far down. Like you trying to find the friend zone. It's nowhere. Don't
do it.
Don't put your hands on it.
But people don't want to have these conversations. Gabby, I'm telling you, Gabby and Angel is true. It could be like
Gabby, they need you to stay on board, honey. You didn't come.
Yeah, Gabby, come on. We need a fourth person.
Exactly, Gabby.
But I'm telling you, it could be touch, it could be smell, it could be. And you can get wild too. I mean, with the internet nowadays, it could be anything. Like, what's tripping me out is this foot thing that everybody been tripping over lately. Like these dudes be like these girls get their feet done, and they be like like my play cousin.
I don't like
See, but I know some dudes. He'll be like, man, like, okay, don't get me wrong. Now, me personally, I like saved women in high heels. I just do. I think that's cute, especially when they shout. I really think that's kind of cute. Or because I DJ, like when I DJ like parties, I like to see, especially when like old, like especially a family gathering and they start doing you know how the girls, you know, you get them sophisticated ladies when they be doing their little step, side, and they be kicking their leg up. I think that's kind of cute when they all be in the line. Right, there you go, Amir. They don't know nothing about that.
There you go.
Angel,
That
what
pinky
is you
in that
looking
thumb?
at?
Angel, come on. You know they grow sexy. And y'all be Angel, you wear some now look, Angel, you wear some steep shoes. Okay, I done seen you.
Because
Okay.
I like the way they make my legs look.
Okay then. So you know, and you already 6
That ain't
foot.
for you. That's for me.
But I'm saying,
For me, 'cause I'm cute.
but I'm saying, but everybody has a different thing, and that's why this whole topic that we're talking about is it's so special because it could be something you never know. Like for me, it could be smell. Like you and Gabby is touch. For Amir, it could be something different. It could be a conversation. Like I've heard some women say that dude just talk.
That's what it is. I kind of like aggression. So yeah.
You like what?
Aggression.
See, now I've heard that from guys. Oh, look, hold on, look. From a guy standpoint, if you was a girl, he just grabbed me real quick. Like, okay, now hold on, watch out! Don't just grab me by the arm now.
Like it's something like right here. They're trying to get my attention. Don't do that. What do you want? What?
Hold on, stop. Yeah, you just did some, girl. You just made me tingle. You better not even talk.
Yeah, you gotta text Angel. Just text her to get her attention.
I was at an event and somebody under the table, this guy like with his knee, he like bumped my, bumped my leg, and I was like,
What are you trying to do?
I was like, what you doing up under this table?
Oh no, hold on. I'm the king of slickness. Like, okay, all right.
But don't get no physical contact. Is what I'm trying to tell the people tonight. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't be hitting me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch you, Angel. But I'm telling you, like I'm telling you.
You don't want me to think that we about to start dating? Don't put that. That's how fast I go.
Somebody go grab Angel by the small of the back. Hold on now.
I'm gonna be like,
listen.
But that's what's so funny about, and that's what I love about even this forum that we're having, is that we're having honest, we're good communication. We don't have to be vulgar, and we're all having fun, and we're enjoying these comments as well. Deets is the one. I mean, it's what's so funny about this is that each person is different, and you will be amazed. Like I've seen some guys like Angel with the natural hair. Like I've even heard guys even with some of your pictures, it's just like, man, her natural hair is just, oh my gosh. And then there's some like Gabby is straight up giving you the teacher look. I'm telling you right now. She giving me the teacher look.
I do not want to be on here.
You gonna be on here?
We're gonna keep you on it. Gabby got that got the intellectual. Oh, hello, Miss Harrison. How are you doing? She got that intellectual look. Like, oh yeah, we can go do some math if you want to. You know. I mean, but
it's the sexy librarian.
But see, I'm telling you. But people don't understand that, especially, and again, I'm like, now it could be creepy because I'm 45, but I'm just being silly. But the thing about it is though, but there are different kickers. Like me and Amir are very similar where we like a woman dressed up. I really like a woman that's totally dressed. Like, you know what really get me? I promise you, and though I can't see nothing, wear a long jacket. Wear a long puffy jacket, and all I'm seeing is your shoes and like your boots, and you walk a certain way. It allows me to think I don't need the Cardi B. I don't need to see all. I don't need to see all that. Just be up there with a long dress all the way down to your ankles. So I'm just sitting there going like, man, OG.
Ooh,
Hey, Mr. Carlton, no, she can walk.
What's up under there?
Boy, and like Angel, now hold on. Now you know my week. I like older women. My problem is I like older women because it's just something about. I just love class. I love class. Yeah. I love dignifiedness. I love a little playfulness. So it's funny because all of these different things that we're all different. Like Amir, like aggression. So Amir is like that girl. Like, hey, you gonna go out with me tomorrow? I'm like, hold on. But that is kind of cute. Okay, I'll meet you up. But next time you gonna let me tell.
Go out where?
What'd you say?
Oh, don't say that to me. Okay, sorry.
Okay. and then we got, and then I'll be honest, and then I'll be honest, and I'm gonna say this too, because I had a elder friend that said this, and he was just like his he went home and his wife was like, we was all sitting down and pastor was talking about, like dating or whatever. And so, the wife of the elder was like, yeah, because my man definitely know how to talk to me. And elder gonna say, yeah, because you can't play Amazing Grace in the bedroom. So I had to put a little Frank Beverly Amaze. I'm like, wait a second, what you talking about? Look at Gabby. But it's real. Look, don't get me wrong. When you get married, and we all are all promoting being married, and when it's time to do whatever you got to do to get your friend, to get your girlfriend and your wife to that point, that's awesome. But you should wait. You should do that and stuff like that. But I think that's when people sometimes mess it up, if they try to be too churchified, or they try you try to figure out. Because I do think, like, one of the things now is especially too, is as we've gotten older, you get more stylish. And like Angel's very stylish, very, very stylish. I mean, one of the things that I've always loved about Angel is that she, and my aunts as well, is they're all very stylish women. I mean, DCC killed everybody. I mean, for real. Like I've never seen somebody, but Jackie will pop a number on you in a minute. I mean, all three of them can dress. I'm just saying.
Listen,
I mean, they can dress.
Go to the grocery store.
Right. I mean, but of course they got money to enhance it as well too. Mm-hmm. But I've seen some people do it on a like a Kohl's and a JC Penney's, and they're very put together and things of that nature. So all of these things play into it. I just think that it's our choices, because everything comes with a price. Like, yeah, I could meet, and again, I'm just using the people that are here, but I could meet Gabby, we could, have that connection and boom. But then it's like I said, you're gonna have three emotions right afterward, and it's just like, do I really want to be here? I want to do it again, or I got to go. And I got to a point in my age, like I said, I'm 20. I'm probably one of the more senior people on here, but I got to an age where it's just like, I don't even want to feel that anymore. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, now that I'm a newly single father, I can't just be bringing, tracing chicks up in here and junk like that. I mean, William, come here. William, am I a lame when it comes to the girls? Am I a ladies' man, or I'm a lame? He gonna say you're lame.
Wait, you ain't have to do him like that.
Oh man,
come here. Are you cooking? What you cooking? Some macaroni. All right. Anyway, so but it's funny because we're both at that age now where we'll have these conversations, with him being 16 and me being 45, and that's why I love this group, because y'all keep me young. I love me and Angel in our conversations. We've been having some deep conversations lately about it. And Miss Gabby is slowly but surely coming into the fold, as always. Slowly but surely. I mean, that fifth alone, because she got to come to all these. I know Gabby be like this. I'm going to sleep and I'm gonna wake up. They're gonna still be talking and not cut it off. That's good.
And Gabby loves her sleep.
I never do that.
No, I have done that before. I have gotten on and fallen asleep with the camera up. I have.
But Now, tell me this. This is a young thing too, because William would do this. Like, I done woke up one night and the phone be on FaceTime and both of them people asleep. I don't understand that. Yeah. Like, yeah, Cecil be doing that. Like, one of the boys from church that spend the night.
Your boy does it. Me and Amir have done it before. Mm-hmm. We have.
No, don't get me wrong. I can understand you talking, but see, I'm so.
I fall asleep on them.
She falls on us all the time, and it be me, Gabby, Kendra, Georgia, like we be all on the phone. And I fall asleep one by one. Don't nobody want to hang up.
Y'all terrible.
And Gabby will wake up and tell us to shut up. I should be like, okay, I'm gonna be like, y'all are
it's not like
only one time that happened for real. These two were fighting and loud at 3:00 in the morning.
See, this is why Corona need to go, because y'all need to go to bed. Okay. See, now this is one thing I will say. Now I know y'all sleep, but I know I'm older than all y'all, and I'll be through. Like I'm surprised I'm up right now, but y'all got me up here laughing, because Angel will tell you in a minute. I will sit in the chair and you get an old man on you, like, and then it's so rude. I apologize. It'd be rude too, because we'd be in the middle of a conversation. It'd be good, and I'd be like, and be calm.
Yeah, he counts out good. I have to. I think me and you are the same though, Mark. Because if we stop talking, that's when it happened.
That's when it happens. You
stop
Angel
talking.
out.
I be trying to listen because you be trying to
If
listen.
I feel like you done talking to me, then I feel like I'm free to go ahead and do.
Go to sleep.
Let's say something. At least I tell y'all I'm going to bed.
See, I think that's respectful. I'm rude with it. Like I literally have to, and since I work so like this morning I even went to work in even earlier. So I've been up since about 2:30. And that was leaving y'all from 10 o'clock last night. So you know, which is not healthy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not healthy, but tomorrow's my day off, so I'm probably sleep about a good 8 o'clock, and then that's sleeping in for me 8 o'clock. So and then I got to get up to clean up. But riders just love the fact that we know we're all there. I think
that's it, because I was having like a really bad mental health spiral, like 2019, early 2020. Okay. And my best friend would literally call me every night and I would just fall asleep.
Wow.
Like, and we would wake up in the morning and hit end, but like, it's just somebody else is there.
Right.
And that's important. It's just the company of having, like, you can be watching TV, but that's not it. I'll literally be talking to Angel, and then it's like, we'll both just shut up and start watching something else. But as long as I know my sister's right here, and I can roll over, and I'll be laughing, I'll laugh too loud, and she'd be like, "Sis, is that your program?" And I'm like,
But I'm telling you, that's hilarious, because that is the one thing I miss the most about not being married. That's the one thing I miss the most, like talking about TV shows, doing a little silly stuff. Like, you know, I sleep in a king size bed. It's lonely. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get a dog because, you know, I don't want no problems. I'd rather just have an animal.
I want a dog.
Right. I'd rather have a dog. I'll deal with everything else. But I mean, don't get me wrong. When the time comes, the time comes. It'll be great. And I'll be patient. But I can be patient enough to wait because it's going to come with a price with that. But the funny thing about it is I miss that. I miss having, like me and Angel, like I messed up because we were supposed to watch Ratchet on Netflix. Angel watching that. Like, I can't wait for Stranger Things because that was like my show.
That's your show?
Yeah, that was my show.
I gotta watch it again. I gotta start it.
It was good. And then William just got me hooked on WandaVision. I kind of like that. Well, I am a Marvel comic type guy.
Started that.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I think that as like for all of us though, like I think that too, it is the company, but it's like Amir will stay on the phone. He would stay on the phone with me at work. I work the night shift, and it's only like 6 of us. Wow. You know, it's only like 6 of us that work at night in this huge airport. So I find myself like if I'm not doing something, if I will fall asleep in one of them chairs or behind the podium. And then they'd be like, "Oh, sis, you gotta clock out.
Go.
Go." And that's because you can't fall asleep in your uniform. Like, period. You can't fall asleep on my job.
And see, I'd be
like,
a lot of people
starts to quiet down and the customers are out and the last flight is gone, and it's a good 3 hours between anything that we doing. I'm like, Amir, I call Amir. Because my supervisors be downstairs, I'll call Amir and be like, "What you doing?"
And now we just see
a lot of people in the comments are saying that, like, a lot of it is just the fact that they're there, the fact that they have, which again in this, and that goes back to what we talked about a couple nights before about social detachment. A lot of people are missing that because I remember when I was probably y'all age, and I think y'all probably do it now, and I was the type of guy. Especially when I was in the Army, where y'all could all come over. We might got one hot plate, somebody making grilled cheese sandwiches or bologna and cheese sandwiches and heating them up, and everybody just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And we just enjoying a stupid movie or something or a conversation. And
we did that after my prom. Everybody came over my house for some reason.
And especially when you have mature friends, mature friends that you can kind of get silly with, have a serious conversation. And then when you can, or even when it's a good mix too, when you have like some girls and some guys, and even some different ages sometimes, because you always got, you got somebody that has just a straight up dude. But it's funny, like I said, I would like William does it sometimes. He doesn't do it a lot, where he'll wake up. You'll have the phone. They'll be asleep on the phone. And I'll be cutting off TVs and cutting off phone. But he do the same thing with me because especially when I get my little anime binge, I'll fall asleep with the cartoons on, and he'll be like, "Dad, go to sleep." But I'm an old school dude because since I got kids, like I used to love when everybody fall asleep, and I had to go cut everybody's TVs off, and I'm cutting covers and giving people kisses, and so there's things about the aspect of being a father and things like that I miss. But that's this different in this age. Like this is really my first foray into conversations over the internet and things of that nature, where you still get a feel of having a party line, like back in the day when you would have a party line situation where. But what's funny is when you see those memes where everybody's talking and one person's like, "Shut up, we trying to," it's like you're trying to do it. So anything past this, but yeah, it's our choices. I really believe that the choices that we make, the conversations, and I think that the great thing about this network and even the conversations that we're having, because at first I was like, it's kind of tedious, but we're all continuing to develop. Thankfully, all four of us are in leadership positions, and so that the fact that we can all work together and have a good time, and yet it still gets serious, I love it. Because I do think that a lot of people don't say that the younger generation can be serious or be, get to some points. But I think this is great, and you've got, I love this on the side here with the comments, so people can still chime in and not necessarily have to say something if they're shy, but if they want to say something, then they can too. I think these are wonderful things that the bad thing of Corona, but the great thing of Corona, like the one great thing I say about Corona is you really weed out your circle. Like I've really found out what my circle is, which is really family, maybe a couple of people at work. Now my church family, so that's it. Like church, home, the kids, and then you guys. That's really and I'm kind of comfortable with it. Like I do miss movies because I'm a big movie guy, so I do miss, and I'm like corny with it. Like we'll buy the shirts and everything when the movie comes out, whatever it is. But
come on, shirt.
Oh yeah, when Black Panther and when all those big movies, and then we had I don't know how you in different states. I'm sure they got it in different states, but the Imagine up here, they got recliners and everything. Yeah. So, we block off 2 families.
Careful in them things.
Yeah. I snore, and Angel, I snore, so I be getting slapped the whole time.
I paid $13 to take a nap when I went to go see Ant-Man. The movie. Here's the problem, Marky. Here's how bad this was. I fell asleep during the trailers, and I woke up. I'm gonna tell you when I woke up. The scene that they play after the credits?
Yeah.
Angel.
She walked in there. We were on FaceTime. She walked in and I was like, Angel.
Hello?
What are you doing? And she was like,
I was with my musicians. And I was like, why y'all ain't wake me up? Like, we
was sleeping so good.
I paid $13 to be here. You should have woke me up.
I was like,
I'm so ghetto. I've turned into such a dad that William and them just be looking at me just like they be throwing popcorn at me. People be come by tapping because I snore. I'm terrible. I snore. Wow. I really got to work on that, Angel. But it's terrible. And so William be just like this. We can't take you nowhere, Dad. Oh, and I see. Go ahead, Kennedy. That's what I'm talking about. I bring my own blanket. I don't play that. I will bring a blanket. I will take my shoes off. I will get down. I promise. Yes.
Marky.
I will take my shoes off. I will get the blanket. I'm not saying, Mark, but it be cold.
Let me ask you a question, Mark. Let me ask you a question. You talking about same person, different face?
Uh-oh.
What's that?
You talking about take your shoes off? That's terrible. But we talking about same person, different face.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You were talking about like the choice, the choices that we make and all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. As far as choosing a person, like you are in this very position now where you have to choose a different face. And it also has to be a different person.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges you find yourself facing when it comes to these new young ladies that you are, you scrolling through,
Okay.
when it comes to that, because you are literally in this position now where you have to pick somebody new, and it has to be someone different because now
Right.
what you can't, the stipulations or the criteria has changed.
Okay.
So what
Excellent
is
question.
something you're dealing with this? Like
Yes,
I
I am.
like this is exactly your situation.
Excellent question. So, okay, so I'll give people a little bit of background. So I am 45. I was married for about 16, 17 years. I have three children. My oldest passed away, so I only have two, but I always introduce that I have three children. And so I'm a newly single father. My daughter lives with my ex, and my son lives with me. And so, yeah, so like I haven't dated in 20, yeah, literally 20 years. So some of the challenges I face, I'm not good with the swipe left. I don't do and I'm not a big online presence person. So Angel knows that, like I said, I'm probably gonna change that Aunt Jackie boyfriend name, but
No, you're not.
but anyway, so but to answer your question, so yes, one of the first things I've noticed is how do you even meet a person? Like, is it? I had this conversation with the same people right here. Like, do you DM them? Do you, if you have an opportunity to meet them straight up face to face, do you talk to them? Does it seem creepy? I have those type of issues. Like I said, it's been a long time, so I'm awkward with it. Which is very weird for me because normally I'm a I can talk but I'm getting nervous, I get tongue tied, which is weird. One of the things I will say, Angel, that I'm very struggling with, I don't trust my own choice patterns, because of I was in that other situation for such a long time. And again, I was in full. I mean, I like dad mode. I like dad. I liked being married. I like the ring. I like being claimed. I like claiming somebody. I enjoyed all the responsibilities of it. I mean, it was hard and it was what it was, but I enjoyed it. I miss it, but I don't want to pay the cost of what I don't want to pay the price of what it costs to just be out here, slanging it, for lack of a better term. I'm somebody's dad now, I can't just bring anybody in. So I do understand the single mom theory of, like I just can't bring anybody. And then, let's go there for a second. All the weirdos and stuff, it's just as crazy women out there as there are men. And the biggest thing for me, women are aggressive now. They are very aggressive. Like, I tell this joke.
It's interesting that you say that, Mr.
All right,
Martin.
so well, Angel knows and Amir knows, but y'all.
When I say I don't want to be aggressive, and you go, no, it's okay because
Well, hold on. Okay, this is what I mean.
Do you not like the aggressive women?
All right, this is what I mean. Most guys and ladies chime in on the comments if you think I'm right. Sometimes some guys are just so dumb, so dense because we're not thinking like women are. I'm not gonna say they're always more mature, but women have an agenda a lot of times. Most men are pretty straightforward. You look good, I'm gonna talk to you. You don't look good, or you're not my type of flavor, I'm not gonna talk to you. Or I'm gonna talk to all of y'all, and whatever stick against the wall is what the one I'm gonna talk to. I mean, men are like that. So sometimes you could be working with a guy and had a biggest crush on him, and he might not know. He just because he's put you in the friend zone, or he's not thinking of you in that manner. And so what I mean by be aggressive is sometimes you just got to be like I said, the best way to do this is just like, is there a mutual attraction or am I by myself here? Then you put it all on the guy, and he's got to be like, I didn't even know that. Sometimes it's like that, and it's vice versa. Sometimes you could be with a girl, and she could be the same way. So sometimes you do have to. I wouldn't say dumb, but maybe not as advanced as they think they are. Like they just said, maybe not dumb. And then Journey was like, I definitely think we're more mature most of the time. I just think at the end of the day, most men go base. At the end of the day, we'll trust the big button to smile. I mean, every time.
Well, it's poison. Thank you, Doc.
Most of the time, a guy is going to be like, again, when a guy gets caught up or acts stupid, it's not a coincidence that it's most time the next door neighbor or the chick he been working with. Whereas if it was a female, she messing with somebody 2 streets over, two towns over. They actually planned this
The
out.
next date over.
Right. The next state, yeah. And Johnny stayed in California anyway, So, but to answer Angel's question, it's shocking to me again because I'm 20 years senior. That's what I'm trying to say. So for a young lady to just kind of push up on me or to just be like, hey, I find you interesting, because again, I'm from the era of where we were straight searching. Y'all was just kind of playing in the cut. You might have a young lady here and there that might be 1 or 2, but nowadays, like y'all aggressive, like I'm it's crazy. Like I'm hearing some stuff. I don't know if I should even repeat it. Like I'm hearing like girls like to go to the strip clubs and all this type of stuff. Like, now I work in a plant. Now hold on, don't be thinking I just be talking about that. But I work in a plant. So the plant is a world in itself. If y'all don't know about manufacturing jobs, the plant is crazy. And I spend 10 hours with these folks, and we have these crazy conversations about just everything. What did Judge say? Dude, I like you. What you gonna do about it? Right. And that's literally what you get. Shooters are gonna shoot. Yep, you better let homeboy know what's up. See, that's what I'm saying, Angel. It's ladies out here that's like that. Like they're comfortable in their femininity. They're comfortable in themselves, and they're just like, why should I have to wait for him to be chosen? Now I know that I believe the Bible is right, so I do think that a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. But if he find her because she done said something to him, I mean, maybe
here's the thing. If I was raised with that mindset where you came from, you're not supposed to chase no man. He's supposed to come and get you. He's supposed to come and get you. He's supposed to talk to your mom and daddy. He's supposed to see your people, and that's what it is. And so I hear the flip flop is what's frustrating to me.
Okay, so
what? Tell me I'm not supposed to chase nobody.
So
I'm not supposed to chase a man, and I tell you, man, I'm like, Marky, I really like this guy, right, and I think he likes me, and I'm kind of dropping little hints here and there. I get really coy around him, whatever, and I can't tell. I'll get mixed signals or whatever. It's weird for me to hear somebody like you say, "Well, just tell him." It's like, well,
okay, because this is what I'm saying.
I thought I was supposed to wait a minute.
Because sometimes, again, guys, if we put you in a friend zone without meaning to, and America probably talks, it's like that girl that's a sports girl. Okay, so we met at a sports situation. So let's just say, like, I really want Georgia and I want Miss Reed to pop on up in there. I want to, because they seem to be aggressive. Because they just like, yeah, do you like me? Yes or no. I want to see. I want to see they thought processes. But what I'm saying, Angel, is what I mean by be aggressive is just I don't know, Gabby. Are you aggressive, Gabby? Would you say you're an aggressive?
No.
So,
and I literally just had this happen. The end of last year? Where I had to tell everyone was like, just tell him. And I'm like, why? Why do I have to tell him that I
did he even give you any hints? Did he be slick?
No, so my situation was different. We grew up together.
See? That's what I'm saying. He already put you in a certain spot.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I have been in that spot.
And it just he just didn't think about it. And so it's almost like when, like I said, when I would say one day we wake up, we start liking girls. It's just that he never looked at you like that. You could have came downstairs in a 2-piece and he would have still been like, is you cold? You need a towel?
Exactly.
And because he's just not thinking about it. And what's up, Angel?
We don't put his name in the comments, guy.
I have a question.
Sure, Angel.
And Amir knows where I'm getting ready to go.
Go ahead, sis.
I have a situation where I guess you can say the opposite happened. There's a young man have been friends for years.
Okay.
Really, really close, really, really tight. Like easily one of my best friends in the world. He told me that he liked me after he had already gotten with somebody. He told me that right after.
Okay.
And he said to me that we could have gotten together, but I had denied him for years. But he never asked me.
See,
not one day, not one time, not one phone conversation, not one text message did he say, "Hey, you want to try? Hey, you think we should?" Hey, never,
Not
never,
even in a joking manner.
not even playing. He never asked me. I never got mixed signals from him. I knew when, he was always, he would always get a little raunchy, but we did that with each other,
right.
to separate church.
Right.
So we can start talking about stuff. We can start talking about crazy stuff. We know that, and I think that was one of the reasons why he had attached to me so, because I would let him have conversations with me without going to church and treating him like, oh no, you ain't say that you say you are, because I didn't do that to him. Because I know that we have thoughts and we got to get them out. Right. So, absolutely. But he never even hinted at it.
That's because in his mind,
I denied him.
In his mind.
So wait a minute. Hold on. No. I said back to him.
Right.
I said, you never asked me. You never asked me. And he goes, well, I mean, you knew what was up, though. You knew. And I said, well, wait a minute. If you are the man who always has to be the authority, because he loved to tell me that. You love to be the authority. You have to be the authority in the situation. You are the man. Why didn't you say something to me? And then he went, why? So you can laugh in my face?
See? Okay. Now, what you just said is, again, it's what I'm saying. And that's why Georgia and Bianca and Journey and Clay Brian all are saying those situations are annoying because you have, okay, all right, here we go. Man 101.
You know what's up, but I know what's up, but so do you.
No.
You know what's up. If I do, you
in my mind, Angel, in his
Sometimes
mind.
Be a little slower, sis.
In his mind, he had a whole relationship with you, and you just kept telling him no. In his mind, that's not what actually happened. But in his mind, that's what happened. And then he never had enough courage to be like, because no man wants to put it out there and get shot down straight up in their face. Like those dudes that are like that, like, hey baby, you no, hey baby, no, hey baby. Those dudes are so, like, I don't want to say lame, but they go after quantity. So they're gonna do it so many enough times that hearing no don't even do nothing. They be surprised when that one girl be like, yeah, and snap, it worked. But I'm telling you, what happened was so I do understand. Okay, so I understand the Georgina. I don't know why I want to call her Georgina.
Listen, that's her name.
Oh, that is her name?
No, her name's Georgia. But
Georgia, right. So I do understand the Georgia type attitude where she was like, I'm not about to sit around and wait. Do you like me or not? Like, I understand her going there because I don't want to waste the time. Use your words. We learned that as kids, right? Well, but again, most men, at the core of a guy, and I'm saying this at a detriment to me, at the core of a guy, most guys are kind of little boys where we don't want to get shot down. We really don't. We're not, just as I think some girls don't want to be, I don't want to say embarrassed, but they want to be pursued.
But how do we deal with a society that tells us we should not be the aggressor? But you're saying go ahead and do it because you're dumb, because we're dumb. Go ahead.
No.
Only for me to go ahead and do it. And then you tell me, well, hold on, you doing too much.
There's a mature way to do it. And I think that's what needs to be said. There's a mature way on both sides. It's like if you ever had a situation with somebody you liked and it just happened. Like, like it's almost as it's like as quick as a one night stand, but it just doesn't go that far. But you meet up, you might talk to them on the phone, y'all switch numbers and you talk, and you just find out that you're talking to them for like 2 hours. And it was just gravy. Everything was great, and it was just like that. That's a very rare thing, but that's a mature conversation. Not getting raunchy. Because there's you gotta understand. There's like two. What's up, Amir? You say something?
No, you're right. You're
two situations too. There's like the girl that I can always play with and I can get raunchy with, but she will never. The sex is not even on the table. So I can go up to her and be like, "Yeah, girl, you know you want to go ahead and let me go ahead and take you home and go ahead and knock that out." I'll play with them all day and even get real nasty. Like, "Yeah, girl, let me go ahead and see something, shake something."
But that's what the dynamic
but
was.
nothing will never happen. Nothing will never happen.
Changing your mind.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a mature way to do it, but it's very hard. Okay, most guys are not going to just, like the best way I can explain it is I'm sure there's some drop dead gorgeous girls on here. Okay, I haven't seen all y'all faces, and I'm not going to say who is and who not because we're not going to do that. But there's some drop dead gorgeous girls on here. So Angel, I already know you that, so I'm not going to put you in there. And Gabby, we're not going to put y'all two in there. We already know that. But the rest of these ladies, I don't see their pictures. This could be their Instagram pictures. I don't know. No, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying, I'm sure there's some drop dead gorgeous ladies on here. And I bet you the first thing they say is, we don't get approached a lot. And you'd be like, well, why not? And they'd be like, because guys are intimidated by a very beautiful woman. Because what we say in our head is, that girl ain't going to say nothing to me. Or she going to be like, talk to the hand or whatever. When most of the time, those are some of the nicest girls because they understand that other girls be hating on them because they may look pretty or this or that. So it's not, no, Miss Giovanni, it's not a lose-lose situation. What it is it is not a lose. Angel, what would have been? Okay, so Victoria says, Angel, what would have been your response if he had said something though?
He is my best friend. I would have been like, all right. I would have laughed for sure.
See, boom. That's
I
it.
feel like, you for real.
See,
I would have been like,
you would have ruined them. You would have ruined them.
No. I would have been like, are you being for real? Like, don't do that. Don't play with me. And I like, because that he is one of my best friends. Like, we're still very close. We still talk about everything, but I would, if he had said something, I would have been like, all right, let's see how I go.
But let me ask you this: Were you willing to lose the friendship if things got too awkward?
I think that and this is me. I think that we have been friends long enough, and I think we have been friends long enough to survive something like that.
Okay.
Because by that time, by the time that window closed for him, we had been through a lot. We had been through quite a few things, and we understood each other in a way where I feel like if we had started dating seriously, we would have been okay. You know what I mean? And if it didn't work out, we would have been able to, kind of sever, like, yeah, it's not gonna work. We tried it, we tried it. It's not gonna work.
There's two comments over
here. I feel. I can't speak for him.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now
I'm not pulling them up here to chime in either.
Victoria says the perception of both men and women are completely different. Not even kidding. He probably had so many questions regarding asking you going through his mind. And that's probably true. And then she asked another question, but it was somebody else that said something. Oh, here you go. Journey said, I only got approached when I was in a relationship, but now that I'm single, how does that work? I'm going to tell you this, Murphy's Law. No matter what, when you ain't got nobody, for some reason, don't nobody want to talk to you. But the minute you start talking to somebody, everybody come out the woodwork that you, like, I just talked to them.
It's the opposite for me. They don't say nothing to me till they get married. It has happened more than once. It's all the single dudes are scared of me, but the married dudes be like,
they are bold. The married dudes love Angel.
I'm not even playing. It's not a joke.
No, Angel is the Marion type. Angel can cook. Angel is not going. She's not going to. And I'm telling you, what'd you say, William? William said, "True that, Angel. You can cook." But no. See, that's another thing too. There are women out there, and I'm gonna tell you, some of the Marion type, the ones that are like they're bubbly, they're lovely, they've got a thing about them. They seem motherly. You know, and you got a little spice. You know, you got a little Aunt Jackie in you. You got that spice that's like, I ain't gonna really take nothing. You ain't gonna just talk to me any type of way. And you care about your looks, but you're not so caring about your looks that I'm worried about that. Am I gonna be able to pay for you all the time? And see, and unfortunately, and I hate this, ladies, but it is terrible in this day and age that with all of this, she is totally a wife taught correctly. Correct. And that's another thing too. There's a lot of women, and I'm sure some women could agree that they haven't been taught on how to be a wife or how to let a man, in some ways, be a man. Just as there's a lot of men who don't know how to be husbands. So let's not. I mean, there's heck. I'll be honest. The first 5 years, I didn't know what I was doing. And because I didn't have a father or I didn't have good examples or I wasn't as close to my aunts and uncles then, I couldn't glean from it. And then at that time, you both have to be mature. Because some people were like, I don't want them being in my business and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I'm telling you, some of the fine women and whoever y'all may be, a lot of guys, because you're either going to get the creep or the guy that's too shy to approach you, and then it comes off crazy. And then what you would hope is that now a mature woman would be like this, would say, I'm going to give him a little help, but I'm not going to help him all the way. So
I'm sure.
Yeah, if I'm
not helping them.
You not see, you pay with it. But see what I'm saying? That's like if I went and talked to I'm just picking a name. I'm gonna just use Georgia because I already talked about her. So if I went to Georgia and I was just like now Georgia's aggressive, so I would picture Georgia I'd be like, well, hey Miss Georgia, I seen you over here, and I just wonder if I take you to coffee sometime, and then boom, and if I never gave her my name, then I walk away. Why are you looking like that? Right, I'm just saying coffee. See. You're the second person. I'm old. Okay, we think about coffee.
No. I like that. I like coffee dates.
I hate the dinner situation because it is always. It's not always, but a lot of times it's implied that something else, or I might want something else, or something else.
Well, I don't like dinner because
I like breakfast personally.
I don't like to go out to dinner at first because I want to be able. If I could sit through a cup of coffee with you, then I think we can progress from there.
Right.
A coffee costs $2. You know what I'm saying? And we can spend $4 and sit and get through this little cup together. Then I think we can get somewhere. I do not like dinner dates. Not at first. Don't take me out to dinner at first. I want to go hear you talk. I want to see how you put sentences together. I need to see, and that only comes out. And honestly, that only comes out when you drinking coffee, when you just chilling. There's no, I don't have to worry about, am I eating this right? If I finish my plate, are you gonna think I'm a fat pig? I don't have to worry about who paying for what. Like, nigga, you want to go get coffee? I can afford my own cup of coffee. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the next we can go in. But these ladies is getting real. They just like heavy on that they need assistance. Miss Strickland like they need help. Megan Reed, I'm trying to figure out who taking her out because she's talking about the meals is too expensive. Who making you pay?
But
and then Journey like, nah, you can just bring me the food and be on your way. Like, what kind of junk is that?
Eve.
You ain't got to take me out, but you can bring me some food. I'm like, just take me to Chick-fil-A.
Food. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Anaya, you got to be better than that. Don't have that brother just taking Chick-fil-A. And
food used to be the way I told my boyfriend I wanted to see him.
Okay.
I used to call him and tell him I was coming because I knew he was coming over. I knew he was coming.
But I totally agree with you, Angel, and I think that people allow food to hide a conversation, and I think that people don't even behave themselves when they go on a dinner. Well, you're right, but see the thing about it, the actual presentation of a dinner itself is fake. because we're both trying to look our best. We're both trying to smell our best. We're trying to talk our best. And with my goal is this, and I've told young ladies this. I said, make them take you to breakfast, or make them take you to a coffee early in the morning. Because if you like them, you might end up spending the rest of the day together, and that works out great. Whereas if you go at nighttime, then it's it's only one other place to go besides at night. I got to go home now, or you do one of them Deion Combs. Well, it's like this. So Victoria says, "Listen, we are not and will not Dutch a meal. The man pays, especially if they are courting me. Now after that, I don't mind paying." Now, Victoria, I'm 100% with you. I'm old school. I'm going to ask you out. Then I'm going to ask you to go steady. And then I'm going to ask you to be my girlfriend.
Do you pin her, Marky?
Hey, if she want me to.
Jesus.
Shut up, Angel. You won't let the man be the man. If I want to court you, if I want to say, excuse me, Miss Victoria, if you don't mind, would you like to go out to have some coffee? And then y'all be like, why you gotta be so formal? Because I want to be formal.
Yeah.
You not want me to
I would honestly love that.
Okay. Thank you. I agree with Victoria. If I'm taking you, I'm paying. I'm just like that. I'm like that. I'm paying. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I learned this when I became a hiring manager, and they used to tell us to take people out to lunch because we want to see how they act with help. We would take people out to lunch, and if I'm having lunch, so I'm interviewing you, Angel, and we're out to lunch, and you talk to the waiter like, you better hurry up. I'm not hiring. I already can tell that you got a nasty attitude. Look at it. You got a food. And sometimes I would even tell the waiter before they come, mess their food up. I would mess their food, be slow or something, because I want to see how they handle stress and how they deal with it.
Don't do that.
It's slick. It is slick. But it's just as slick as people looking at y'all Facebook pages now. Like you will be amazed at hiring managers look at people's Facebook, look at their Instagram, go to Cracker Barrel for lunch. Lord Jesus, what is wrong with y'all peoples? But he gonna say, that's why you 16. He gonna say, that's not a bad idea. We take her to Cracker Barrel. And I'm like, but don't get me wrong now too. It don't need to be expensive as well. I can be a foodie, but I'm like that. But see, I'm like Victoria. Like I'm more that style. Like I'm gonna take you to breakfast because I'm a breakfast guy. Now I like to halfway cook, so then I'm gonna bring you to the house and cook for you one good time, and then it'll go from there depending on how things go at that point. What's up, Angel?
When do you assume that we not going Dutch? Because I have a real problem with that. Because I have gone out.
When do you assume that you're not going
to? Yeah, because I have this thing where I order based on what's in my pocket. And I'll be like, and then when the bill comes, I'm like, oh, I'm going in. And I always have to be told, no, I got it. You know what I mean?
Okay, first,
I never know. I don't know.
I would always tell most young ladies, I always say this. But
you're not supposed to ask, are you paying? You're not supposed to ask that.
You shouldn't do that. I'm going to say on the first date, take enough to pay for your stuff. And take enough to get up and walk away from the table if you got to get an Uber. I always say that. Because if he gets stupid, he start getting touchy-feely, or like I don't drink.
You start getting uncomfortable, you gotta go.
Exactly. Even if you feel a vibe, even if you just be like, oh, this isn't creepy. You need to.
I had a man take me to Ramshorn.
I had this. Go to the bathroom. You know what? I'm about to go to the bathroom, and they be out. They take the back door and they get out. Mm-hmm. I always recommend that. But Shania gonna say, if you want to court me, feed me. All right, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
I had somebody take me to Ramshorn because I knew that the police be eating in there. Like the police be at Ramshorn at night.
In Detroit, it's
in Southfield. The one in Southfield.
Yeah, you're right. They do be there. They be
there. Like there's always at least 2 cops eating in Ramshorn. Ramshorn. He wanted to take me out, and I told them to meet me there.
I always tell the ladies, they ask, I will say, don't reach for your purse first. Let him reach. Now, if he start looking stupid, then reach for your purse and be like, this thing got to go. But
I offended someone when I asked. I was like,
right. Now asking could be it, but see, it's nothing wrong with saying,
do you want me to leave the tip? Do you want me, like, I be trying to
Now, when I was married. That's how I would go. I would always pay unless the wife was like, "Yo, we going out and I'm taking you," or something like that. Or if we had a set, like I think going into this new thing, like for me in my new relationship, I want to do a date night. Like I automatically just want to do a date night. Like whatever day we pick in the week, at least one day, nothing. Church, people, kids. No, this is me and her time. This and that. Like another thing I like too is, well, I'm talking more marriage. Is like I like to get up in the morning. Like I'm an early riser, so I like that time when the house is quiet and we can talk about things maybe before I go to work or before she goes to work, or maybe we can make our lunch dishes together or something. We might be able to pray. So I'm thinking more of those marriage terms because that's where I'm at. I'm at that age where I want to be married again. I'm not. I don't really want to date. Dating is not a big deal to me because once I implant on one person, I'm kind of that one person. Even though Auntie them don't like that. And you should keep your options open. But anyway, get back to your questions about Dutching. I think once somebody asks you to be their girlfriend, I think that becomes more prevalent because it'll be like, especially like at that point, it'll be like, okay, let's go to the movies. I got the movie, you get the popcorn, like that, or I got dinner, you got the movie. It'll be like that, or it'll be like, no, what, baby, I got you. Don't even worry about. But me in general, I'm old school where I pay, and then me. Well, thank the Lord that I work a decent job. But when everything is going, what did Journey say?
I want to rob a bank. Let's spice
it up. No, ain't nobody gonna rob no bank. I want to go to the park. I fly. Is fun.
I want to do stuff like that.
That was good. Skating or boat. You know what I want to do is fine. If we're gonna change it up. Let's talk about places to go. I want to go to the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. I have never been there. I want to go to that place there. Now I will say, and Gabby could pop on for this. I think DC has their museum circuit is great. The Smithsonian is nice. I do want to go to Dr. King's museum. I haven't been there. I want to go there. The Smithsonian
American Museum is dope.
It's dope. Now, even the air and space is nice. The natural history is nice. All of those are nice. And then if you're lucky enough to get to a show, that's what I will say. That's what I am very interested to see what plays and shows are going to be like. Broadway. I mean, that's a place that I don't never really want to go to Broadway because I think New York is too fast. But I do want to go to plays and even comedy shows. I wonder how that's going to play out post pandemic stuff, which will be interesting to see. But I will say creativity is up. Like, especially in Michigan, I will say this: if I was dating somebody and it's cold now, I do want to do a tent. I do want to put a tent, heat it up, have her, like always go out to eat and we go out to the back and it'd be a tent with, like when they had those tents in them, when they be out in the backyard in the tents with the lights and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that, try something different. But see, Angel, that's what I'm talking about. It's a lot of ladies that don't let a guy do that and be a guy.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying no.
Okay.
That is incredibly cute.
Okay.
But that might be way too close.
What do you mean?
That might be way too. Being in the tent, being in a heated tent, and what we doing in the tent? What we doing in the tent?
No, Angel, I'm talking about like a dinner setting in a tent.
We're having dinner in the tent.
Angel, I'm talking
backyard, right?
Angel, yes. When I'm talking about a tent, hold on, listen what I'm saying. When I'm saying a tent, I'm talking about, when people get married in the backyard and they set up that big old tent. I'm talking about a medium-sized tent. I'm not talking about like a little, camping tent. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, you're going to make me go pick up a picture.
No, I understand what you're talking about. I'm saying that might be, for me.
Oh, that's right. You touchy feely.
You might be a little too close. It's not enough room.
What we doing in the tent, Journey? Like what we doing in the tent?
It's not enough. It's not enough room in the tent.
But Deja is right. It is the looking stupid for me. Like I can pay if you want me to, but I just don't want to sit there and look crazy young, sir. And thinking about how good God is risque. Talking about what we doing in the tent.
But okay. now let me ask you this. This is another situation here that I went out with a guy. We had dinner,
Right.
and to this day, I honestly think that he just didn't have it
Okay.
No.
because he was looking for his card. Like he kept looking through his stuff for his card. He had took it out of his wallet. It was just,
Oh,
and he was just
I mean, like,
searching. And I was like, you know what?
I
You're taking a long time.
It happened to me twice when we was married. Where I literally, because we were rushing out the house. I think I forgot.
Did you say when you were married?
When I was married,
It's my first time. It's my first time out with this person.
I
It's our
know.
first time seeing each other face to face.
So wait a minute, did you have enough to pay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I paid for it.
Did he make up for it, or was it? No.
That's why I'm saying I don't think he had it.
Yeah, he was just a bum then. See, at that point, that's when I'm trying to structure. Okay, when that happens, then I'm trying to slide you to the restaurant that I can afford. So I'm trying to be like, yeah, then I'm gonna do a William. Let's go to Cracker Barrel. You know, let's go to Coney Island. Coney Island, depending on the setting, could be nice. Like, I don't know if people maybe in other states know what a Coney Island is. Zayla gonna say stop. A Coney Island setting, if it all plays off, is not bad. That was the first and the last day. What, a Coney Island, Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah. But no, I mean,
no, she's talking about with me. That was the last date.
Don't take me to no buffet. Okay, Nia, I got you. This is like, don't take me to no buffet, nigga. I'm like,
so disrespectful.
But I mean,
maybe
if you like the person, to be honest, if you like the person, you really don't care. You really don't. You don't care. If you really are into them and you really like them, you don't care sometimes. Now, if they try to
embarrass you, and that's the thing. I did really like him. I didn't care. I was cool with it. You know, I was like, all right, now, you know, hopefully this won't be the last one. But you know, like it was some other things that kind of made me go, all right, never mind. But you know, I did. But it was, I think that a part of the behavior shift, I feel like it started from that.
Okay.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, but I think it does. I think that does happen. It's almost like the first time you get into a serious argument, and if that person is greater or something like that, it really could change the dynamic of where a person goes with that and where they might go. I mean, I think overall, it's funny because again, this is what social detachment is going to blow up, because when you start going out to dating again, you're not going to pick up on these cues. You're not going to say, well, she going for her purse? Is she not? Like, Angel, I tried to talk to a girl, and I didn't know when you should bring out the phone to be asking or to say, should I ask you for your number? Should I not? I went to a young lady. I was like, you know, I said, I find you interesting. You know, maybe we could talk sometime and blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. So we both looked at each other like we were stupid. And I was like, should I put my phone out? So then I went to go reach for my phone, and the girl was like, all right, you have a good break. And I was just like, I guess I just got shot down. So I walked away, and that was it. I mean,
hey.
Right, just pop her in the head with the phone. Just like, put your number in there. But I mean, these are all.
But I'm trying to figure. I guess I'm trying to think of like, all right, what is when you're trying to find someone new, trying to break your habit and find somebody that is different from what you are used to.
Then
usually the first thing is the outward appearance. That's usually the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
What, like, and maybe it's some people in the comments that can kind of chime in here. In order, because we're trying to break the habit, because I've done that. I dated somebody that did not look like the type that I usually went for.
Are you talking about different race too, or just your different type?
The outward appearance was different. We're not talking about race. We're talking about the look.
Just the look.
We're talking about what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And the switch up the exterior switch up, it was easy to do because I know, and I went on this, never say never. You just don't know.
Right.
But then you are, I get to know this new face. I get to know this different exterior, and I find out maybe even later in the game, you're just you're just like, and I find myself having to say, you know what, my ex used to do that. I don't like that. Please don't do that. And I don't. And when I start feeling like I have to constantly tell you not to do something, it's like, oh well, you're just like him. I'm not even gonna, because I don't wanna disciple you. I don't want to change you. I don't want like, you are who you are, and I don't want to have to mold you into my man. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be that man, and when we come together, we complement each other, and that's how I want it to be. But good. How do we
Get there?
Get there? Because
saying,
if the exterior is it, then it should be easy to snap that off.
This girl, Carrie Foster says, "Build a bear."
Build a bear.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm you know what, and y'all can use me as a guinea pig. So, what is my type, Angel? Angel, my type, I think, is a full-figured kind of spicy person. So I'm not doing that this time. I'm not. I'm just not. And I do like a taller person because I'm not tall, but I'm like 5'9".
So you want to date a skinny short girl, but that's exterior.
I'm gonna try to. I will say that you're right, and I'm not going for spiciness. I want somebody demure because that's where I'm gonna start. That's the first opposite place I'm gonna start because I do tend to. I'm with a mirror. I tend to gyrate to somebody like, well, like auntie, like my mama. That's a little bit aggressive, a little spicy, and I'm thinking that's what I want, but I can't deal with that anymore. So I want somebody demure. But I think what it is that you first in your mind, you have to you gotta sit down and spend some time with yourself. I think that's first. Like that's kind of what I'm going through now. Like I was married for so long. Like you hear this from divorced people all the time. When they were married, they lost themselves in the marriage. And what it is, and that's when you allow your kids, you allow your other spouse to really not dictate, because they don't do it on purpose, but it just happens. And you lose or I've heard people say this when they say they lose themselves in their past relationship. They started just liking what they wanted, like you said, they just molded whatever that person wanted instead of being their own person, and then they figured it out together. But I will say the first thing is you got to spend some time for yourself and really what it is you like and what it is you don't like. Like I'm finding that out. Like I'm finding out that I don't like this or I do like that. That like one thing, I don't like a short girl. I don't like seeing the crown of their heads. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it. I don't like that. So that cuts off a woman that's, short like that. Not against them. I'm just saying that's just my personal preference.
You don't like seeing the top of a woman's head.
It's something, I don't know. It's just maybe because my mom was so short, and I just be like, I don't like.
That's weird.
Look, I know, but it was brought. Somebody was like, because what was happening is somebody was like, Lorenzo, your type is you like taller women, but that's true because all of the women I am like. Again, when I grew up looking. When I got to that age of 16, 17, I don't want to say it this way but that's when all the aunties was big. And then, all of everybody was, we were all around, fuller sized black church women. And so I do imprint on that a little bit. Like my go-to, I like older women. So my go-to would be an older woman that's kind of churchified, that can cook, blah, 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 blah. But I found out that doesn't really work because then sometimes you feel like that person's mothering you. And, I'm a grown man. I don't want to be mothered. So I think what people have to do is first find out what they like. Now, I've heard different ways of going about it. I know some people who wrote a list of pros and cons, what they want, what they don't want, what they can deal with, what they can't deal with. I've seen that. I've seen people saying once they find out. Now, what I'm going to do is there's a difference between wanting change and wanting different. And that's where I came up with same face different. I mean, same person, different face. I might want different. So no matter how many times you eat chicken, there's going to be a moment when you be like, I want some Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
I want sushi or whatever it is you might like, and
Mhm.
you're gonna do what it takes to get to that sushi. If you live in a place where they don't make sushi, you might be willing to drive 30 minutes to a place that's gonna get
That's
you some
true.
good sushi. So I look
Okay.
at that. I look at that.
That works.
I mean, I look at it like that. Do you want different or do you want change? If you want change, then the first thing that has to happen is you have to start looking for different qualities. You have to start asking hard questions up front. Like you said, having conversations and asking them hard questions. What do you like? I'm gonna give you one. One of the little lines that a friend, a elder friend, he was like, "What do you do on Sunday? What do you do on Sunday?" If they say, well, after church, okay, I kind of already know where this person might go. Not to mean that they could be fake as three left shoes, but at least they reverence God at some point. You got to start. It's not to be slick. It's not saying that you got to be slick and have these slick conversations, but you have to be concerted and intentional. One thing I love about Auntie and Uncle Glenn and Aunt Jackie was they were intentional about the atmosphere of their home. They were intentional about that. And I think when you get there, like the next lady I want to talk to, it'll go something like this. I'll be like, okay, let's say I want to take her to coffee. So I'll say, first, I think she's probably going to be taller. She'll probably be a taller person. Probably be, like you said, skinny, because I probably went for that. And then I'll be like, let's have coffee. I would love to have a time to have some coffee with you. And she's like, okay, let's have coffee. So we set it up, we have coffee. Off of rip, I'm asking her like tough questions. I'm like, I'm gonna give the same thing I gave y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. And well, why would you open up like that? Because you know what? In the past, I've lied to make things comfortable or make things that way. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that anymore. So you try to say you're a liar? No, I'm just letting you know that in the past, I've done things to make other people feel happy, and I don't want to do that this time. Now, right then and there, that might rub her the wrong way. We might just have coffee, and it's on the way. I'm on into the next situation. Now, again, you know me, Angel, and Mir, you know me, so I'm not one that's going to hop around. So for me to even get to that point, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, it's only been 3 people that I've been that intimate with in that type of way. I didn't go 40 plus years and not do that because I wasn't selective. I just happened to, when I became selective, I just, and that's a whole nother conversation. But I think what has to happen is you have to start, maybe even script it. Maybe you script your first 5 questions and you got to be like, I'm at an age where I can't even play no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45. It ain't like I really want to be out here, and I don't want to grow old by myself. I don't.
That's
I
true.
want to enjoy company. I want to take trips. I want, when the pandemic is over, I want to do that. I want to introduce her to my cousin. I want to introduce her to my boy, Amir. I want to be claimed. I want to claim somebody. Now, again, I got to be realistic. I'm 45 years old. Anybody I begin to date, there might be children involved.
Mm-hmm.
There might be bodies involved. And you know what I'm saying? They might have had, everybody has a past. It's got nothing to do with that. And in today's time, I don't smoke and drink. That's a kicker for me. And I know so many people and church people who smoke and drink. Now I might be able to get away with social, and then as long as you don't deteriorate as we get older or something, okay, fine. I just don't drink. That just ain't me. But smoking, no. And drugs and all that other stuff, no. That's not it. Clubbing, no. I don't club. Our club is church. You know what I'm saying? Or I spend more time at church than I do here. My son will tell you that. But these are the things that I think people don't have these conversations. They see somebody, they get hot and bothered, and then they go after it. You got to start having some questions. Have some intentionality when you do it.
That's
Ladies,
it.
When you talk to these men, challenge them. I don't mind you being aggressive in the conversation mode because that's what it's supposed to be. My aunt said it. She was like, dating is an interview process. It's an interview process. You have to interview, because we're already, you figure to be realistically, meet me, CJ says, meet me with the real you. That's all I ask. If we revive, then we can make our differences work. If not, thank you, and be on our way. Thank you. If not, thank you next. Right.
Mhm.
So I mean, so you got to understand, we all gonna have baggage. Some people gonna have baggage. I mean, everybody gonna have baggage, whether it be mother wounds, father wounds. I got a brother that's in my business. You know, I got an uncle that's on drugs, and we still deal with him. We all are gonna be dysfunctional. But what it is I think sometimes people are so afraid to put the real you on, as CJ is saying. And you have these conversations, scare the people. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, look, you know, this and this. Be upfront and ask those hard questions so that you can either understand their maturity level or not. And then you got to be mature. And sometimes you might have to say, because there's some women out there, I know, just like there's some men that just want to be in a relationship. They don't care who, they just want to be with somebody. They want somebody on their arm. They want to be like this and they want to be like that.
And the person can say, I don't like you. And they still, they still coming. I said no. I said no. And here you coming right back.
I stayed 3 more years in that marriage when that person was literally telling me every day, I do not like you anymore. I don't want to be with you. So you've got those things. And like I said, you've got baggage. And I don't mean baggage in a bad way. I'm just using that term where it's like, I got, you know, they might have, I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. That's a horrible thing to say right after I said that statement. But I'm not saying kids are baggage, but I'm just saying I have to understand and respect that I could be messing with the young lady that has children. I mean, I have my son. So what's up? Oh, you charger. You got those things going on. Now with me being divorced, you're gonna have to deal with my ex in some shape or way or form. You know, you got that type of issues. You might have your family. You know, in my situation, I have a very big family that is very prevalent in certain things. So you know, certain things are not going to be tolerated with things going on. So, and at the same token, then I'm going to have to compromise with that young lady and her family and things of that nature. So, you know, all these different things are coming up. Collect data, Carrie Foster says. That's awesome. Nothing's worse than being in a relationship with someone you don't like. Journey says, I feel like I'm ready to start. Yeah, I do think that that sometimes Journey said a really good point. I feel like I'm permanently scarred from my relationship. You can't think that way. I've thought that way, but because what'll happen is you'll. My pastor brings it like this. He says, people's relationships are like a stain. You ever had a white carpet and you got grape stain in it, and even though you clean it, you get that grape stain all the way back. Every time you walk past that spot where it was,
you know exactly where it is.
It could be brand spanking new white, but you still gonna see that you're still gonna see that stain. So that's why you're gonna have to start. You're gonna really have to work with some stuff and let stuff go. Sometimes that might mean talking to a therapist. You know, us black folks want to act like we can't talk to somebody, but sometimes that might mean talking to a therapist. That might mean trying to get some really good help and some healing. It might mean some time away. It might mean, you know, I respect, you know, when Gabby said even earlier, she was like, I was really going through some mental health type situations going on. And we have to admit that, you know, some of these relationships mess people up and we come here damaged. And, you know, now, you know, like they always say, hurt people.
That's true.
And I'm going to say this for you, Miss Journey, when it's so hard to let go, even when you know it's not good for you. Why is that? Well, because a soul tie. A soul tie is, and I'm going to just be honest, if you slept with that person, and sometimes you don't have to sleep with that person. You can have a soul tie with just conversation and intimate conversation, intimate situations with them. I mean, like this right now, if it was just me and you, Miss Journey, talking and we getting intimate, we having not even necessarily getting raunchy, but we talking about maybe your childhood and I'm telling you how to get through this. And what it is that soul tie is our souls have now intertwined a little bit. You know, some people say it's that chemistry, it's that spark. Sometimes it can be that way to where you will have what I call obtrusive thoughts. Like, boom, right now, if I said, you remember that time with that person when y'all was doing that? If somebody that's going to pop in your head right now that you remember that you had, whether it be a fun incident or a bad incident. And sometimes it is hard. Sometimes your body wants what it wants, and it's going to be hard to let go of some of those people. But, you know, you had to. I mean, like I said, for me, it took me 3 years after I found some things for me to be able to still, separate and really, get a divorce and things of that nature. So it's nobody said it's easy. It's not easy, and it's a process. And you're probably going to always be dealing with it for some point at some point. But you got to you got to put on the big girl pants. Sometimes we all get hurt. We all hurt each other. We got to put on big boy pants, big girl pants, and we've got to figure out a way. Like I was telling Sean, there's no way to, when you had them nights when you first get and you want to go jump on somebody, you got to not pick up that phone. You know what I'm saying? You got to not pick up the phone because or you got to pay a cost. And that's what I always say, and that would get to me. And that's why sometimes I always have a physical representation of something to help me. This is Proverbs.
I had a code that me and one of my friends had a code. We would text each other the alphabet. Like if he was feeling that kind of way, we would text you. We would start texting the alphabet. But that's 26 text messages.
Right. Hopefully it'll wake you up by
you gotta focus. You gotta send it one letter at a time.
Hey,
it's like and I would wait. We would wait until you done sending them, and then go. Don't go over there.
Right.
Or listen, you got tomorrow. You can't go over there.
It'd be hard too. And I hate when the ladies and the guys, we be doing stupid stuff too. When they be like something simple, like, I need you to help me with this, and then you get over there and dinner that got cooked. Oh, I just had this here, nothing. Or come on, let's go out to eat, and next thing it's like, I got to go. I can't be doing this, knowing good and well this is a bad idea. But I think it goes even with Angel. It's Angel's point that's also true. What are we going to do? What are the steps that we're going to do to be different? And sometimes it's just saying, I want change. I do not want different. I want change. I don't want a different person. I want to change. And the best way that you can change is start with yourself. Start, like sometimes Angel's right. It's going to be just as big and bold as you picking a different person. A different shape, a different size, a different something to maybe start you in the process. Or sometimes if you can afford to, if you've got great insurance and you can go talk to somebody, that helps you out. Or if you've got a great family system or network, you can do that. Oh, let's not talk about that, Miss Holmes. Sometimes they just want to make sure you're still available to come back. Okay, we don't want that. When they be home,
we'll get into that.
What had happened was because I'm sure now you let me know that women do it too, but I know a lot of dudes are like, I just got her just in case, that's my backup when the backup.
Some of them want to make sure that they can still go and get you. Some of them, dudes, it's really some dudes out here that are like, I don't care if she got a new man. Like if I call her right now.
Yep. It's some women,
that's not fair.
Yeah, it's some women like that too. It's some women.
It's some women who have that power. Just don't use it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you need to use it.
No, but the way look, as frisky as we can get dudes, it don't even have to be that way. I'm on my way. Don't even worry about it. Bye. It's just it would be like that. But I would say, and if we was gonna get ready to wrap some of this up, I would say, Angel, your point is correct. What do we do to do it? And I would say the best thing is to find yourself. If you need some help, you need to talk to somebody. A qualified person. I'm just saying, somebody, get some help. But I think the only way that I can explain it is to, you want change. You don't want different. You want change. Because you do not want to get and thank the Lord that I wouldn't even want to go down, people that might be in abusive situations or things like that. And sometimes, it's a sad thing to say, but I was in a very, rough situation where it wasn't that the abuse was, I liked it, but it was comfortable. I got comfortable
It was something you were used to.
Out there,
Before you got on, that's what I was saying. Like some people enter into those situations because you know how to navigate those waters. You
Yep.
know the ins and outs of the maze.
They
It's
popping
something
off right now. All I gotta do is go cook some dinner and everything will
Mhm.
be fine. And you know what? We're gonna sit down here, kids, and we're gonna just let them do what they do.
right.
You're right. It's not necessarily comfortable. It's not that you even like it. It's just that you know how to
I
navigate.
I know what to do. And
And
you know what? It hasn't come up. It hasn't come up yet. But not to drive the conversation back up because we're gonna see each other again, guys.
yes,
Each other again. But I wanted to make this point. Sometimes it's not always them. Sometimes it's the changes you make once you're within the relationship or the friendship. Sometimes you have not changed your habits and you will get with someone and they will, they start acting like your ex, but it's because you treat them like your ex.
yes, ma'am.
Sometimes your behavior is the same. Sometimes you too quiet when you need to speak up. Sometimes you talking too much when you need to just let something go. You have to also, when you're going back through it, you have to also look at your own selves. It's not always, we are not always, this is men and women. We are not always picking the wrong person. A lot of times we just ain't made no change. A lot of times we miss where we overlooked our own actions. I understand I can be this sweet girl. I know how to cook, I know how to serve, I know how to be submissive. I know how to do that. I know that my parents were together over 50 years. They were married for 46 years. I know what it looks like. I know how to give that to you, but I can't give you the 46-year marriage behavior too early because then we haven't established that relationship.
Thank you.
I can't give that to you out the gate because we haven't established it there.
Yep.
We've been friends, but we're not even going in that direction. And I think that is what happens.
That's
And
right.
we don't talk about it. We don't talk about the changes that we need to make within
That we
ourselves.
have
So
to make, right.
you gotta look at yourself too. Yeah, you gotta have the conversation. What is this person that I'll keep attracting? What is going on? And
That's
now
where I was just going.
everything that I like and everything I'm looking for, I need to do the opposite. Well, before you do that, make sure that you ain't doing nothing. You're the common denominator in all of your relationships.
Yep.
You're the common denominator.
And
So
everybody else can't be doing.
and if every time it's messing up because everybody's doing the same, then make sure it ain't nothing that you doing wrong.
Right.
Make sure it ain't nothing that you are overlooking. Or maybe make sure it's not something that you say every time that triggers a man. Or make sure it's not something that you do every time that triggers a woman. Make sure that it is not also you.
Right. Excellent point, Angel.
You gotta be a different person too. You know.
All right, young lady. I think that's a good part.
That's a good way to stop.
That's a good way to stop. Well, I must say, Techie Nation, as always, I appreciate. I think Amir fell off, and which is great. I love my boss and our CEO, the lovely Miss Angela Chisholm, and the producer extraordinaire that's back there somewhere, Miss Gabby. There she goes. Oh my gosh, she done changed her hair, guys. She about to go out. She ain't telling me she about to go out.
No, Angel, what am I about to do? What am I about to do?
Night.
She wrapping it up. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Gabby. I know I always mess with Gabby, but she's an ace in the hole. I really appreciate it. She's ace all the way. And to all of the lovely ladies and young men out here, I appreciate all of y'all. Kari, Journey, Beyonce. I know I'm messing all y'all names up. Miss Strickland.
That's Asia. Before you say that wrong, Holmes. That's Asia. It don't look like Asia, but that's what it is.
Okay, Asia. Miss Holmes, Amir, Gab, everybody, Miss Simone, Miss Brown, Miss Foster, Giovanni, all of y'all. We really appreciate it. This was a great time.
We don't have any. We have something on Saturday. No, I don't think we don't have anything Saturday.
Yes, we do.
No, we do. Yeah.
We do.
On Saturday.
Uh-oh.
I gotta look at the calendar again.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Saturday is the posture. The posture of patience.
Oh yes, the posture.
And then Sunday is
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
So we gonna talk. So yeah, Valentine's Day. I gotta work today too, so I'm gonna be tired when I get off of that one. But Valentine's. So yeah, the posture of patience. That's gonna be real quick. That's just learning how to wait on God and wait on your situation.
Okay.
A real quick one. Nice little 30-minute one. We won't hold y'all long because we haven't been getting long. But Sunday, okay, Sunday. Seriously, I would love to blow it up. I want us to have a great conversation.
Everybody come through on
everybody come
Sunday.
through. You know, I still think we probably need to keep it to like either 4 or 5 actual people talking, but the comments, y'all are killing me. I'm loving this. So, but yeah, bring all your questions and your comments. Like I said, I'm willing to go a little in depth on my divorce and maybe just so you can kind of see somebody that's actually going through it right now and understanding some things. I'm not here to bash the other person. I'm not gonna do that, but I will, just kind of give you my insights on it from somebody that's going through it and now have to deal with where I'm at. Because Angel is correct saying that I'm at that point now where I don't trust my thoughts a little bit, and I don't want to be desperate, and I don't want to seem this way. I got a child, so all these different points. So please bring your questions. Your concerns, your thoughts, everything. I'm loving this. I'm really enjoying this. I really appreciate Angel and again,
this was excellent.
It's been a really good. I mean, seriously, and I thought it was kind of at first, like after the other one, I was like, okay, man, there's a lot of them I got going on, but y'all wake me up and y'all keep me going, and I know I'm a little tired now, but it's all right. But I really appreciate y'all, seriously do, and I appreciate the honesty. Appreciate the vulnerability that some of you ladies are putting out there, and even allowing us to be silly with it and kind of crack on you guys a little bit too. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you allowing us men to kind of come in y'all area a little bit and keep it going. So tomorrow, the posture of patience at about 3:00, and that'll be a quick one. Just a little quick, just kind of understanding how to be patient and how to understand to go from one situation to the next. I want to see if I can get Miguel up in this mug on Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, we'll try to get him. We'll try to get him in there. But, let's see. We'll see.
Right. We'll see.
This is awesome, guys. Thank y'all so much. You guys know, we love you. You know what it is. Tomorrow is Bible study, so make sure y'all come on through. Please don't miss Bible study this week, y'all. Let's go. The numbers have been dropping in Bible study, and we need to get them back up. So let's go. Okay. But we love you. We'll see you tomorrow Bible study. We'll see you on Saturday. And so we're spending the whole weekend together, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. All right, sweetheart. I love you, Angel. I love you, Angel.
I love you too, cousin. I love you so much.
I love
you. The dudes are doing an amazing job. Shout out to the Valor Key. You guys are doing awesome. This is
get some guys
here, step our game up, man.
Yeah, get some guys in this piece, man. Ladies, come on. I know y'all got some friends or something out there. Just
come on, bring. Come on, let's go.
Because they'll be like, man, y'all, this that Negro y'all be listening to. He don't know what he talking about. And I'll be like, that's what I know.
They wouldn't dare. So, but let's everybody have a good night. I love y'all. And Gabby, play the outro. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Be safe.
Peace out.
Walking down the road of life, we try to change to be worthy of that open door to destiny. We lose our way, but find the help in here we need. Then let's explore. It's okay to make mistakes, 'cause if we know